Right. Party chased by this sea monster after attempting to transport via plant back across the globe. Unfortunately, there are 4 sections of this world, Astraldanor, that are locked off from one another via magic and whirlpools and dangerous creatures such as this. So they got about as far as that wall of magic is and stopped. Thankfully, ultimately Thaxel saved the day by turning into a whale. People were trying to escape the pull of the torrents and the whirlpool, different whirlpools and flying, but weren't able. Ray was trying to pull Ari out, but Ari wasn't able to keep a grip on it and slip back in, and Thaxel gobbled them all up. Oh no, wait! How did you say it? She put them in her mouth. Oh, hang on. Let me do our TVMA. Just one moment, please.
The following D&D campaign is rated TV MA LSVEC. It contains strong language, sexual situations, violence, extreme nerdiness, and player character conspiracy theories. It is intended only for a mature audience. Your discretion is advised.
That's the name of your sex tape.
Yeah. Nice! This is not as advertised.
You played the wrong one.
Did I? Shame on me.
You don't have conspiracy theories.
Yeah, there are no conspiracy theories in this one.
You know
what? Just
you know what?
It's okay.
It's one that got copied. It's using the same source across all 3. That's why. Boo! I'll have to fix that so that they're the individual ones.
No, I just realized I haven't tested my dice tonight.
Ooh, get them done.
My gosh, my dice are in the other room. Hold on, I'm so sorry.
What?
Am I the only one prepared?
I think so.
Well, I did.
That's a first.
So today, this morning, I've been stressing out for like 2 weeks straight over the final that I took this morning.
Oh, right.
And so when I took it this morning, it was such a relief that I came home and at noon, I had some beer, played some games, and I got up. My final was at 10 o'clock, and I was up at 6:30 studying. So I was like serious. Like I've never had test anxiety, and I walked into this one, and I was like, and so. And when I got home today, I was like, I should really go to sleep and try to take a nap, but couldn't. And then I just tried to take a nap about an hour and a half ago and couldn't take a nap then. It was, my body is still unwinding.
Oh, man.
I'm still not all the way relaxed.
I hope you're able to get a good night's sleep. Because I'm going to amp the F up right now. I'm not just going to... Oh, you wanted to rest?
What you got to do is knock me unconscious.
Nice. Okay, yeah. Take a break and we could be carried around for a bit. Perfect.
I feel like I said that before I thought about it, and it sounds a lot kinkier than it is.
Nice. Here's this belt, just like,
Knock me out, Dan.
Awesome.
Now I'm just going to keep saying that in my head all night. Why is no one ready?
Now I want to watch that movie again.
Oh, so good.
I don't know what movie you're referencing there. I feel out of the loop.
The Devil Wears Prada.
Duh.
That tells you why, bro.
Dude,
it's Tom's favorite. It's so
It's
good.
a classic.
I have never seen it.
It's like, well,
we'll remedy this.
Meryl Streep is a goddamn genius.
I've seen the trailers and stuff. I just never saw it.
That doesn't count.
Why is no one ready? Okay, awesome.
Awesome. All right. Yep, so Thaxel turning to whale spit everyone out on the island, then changed into an eagle, and everyone was flown, either flying or carried by someone flying, and made it into a cave where Aga quickly threw up a wall of force that just sealed the outside of the cave to prevent water from this massive wave from the creatures approaching quickly and stopping and then submerging. Washing over the island above them. And that's where we'll start. I'm going to set the scene. me. Just kidding.
I appreciated that.
Nee, thanks. I have issues. Okay. Darkness swallows the cave ahead. Above, the light slowly fades as the ocean swallows the island whole. A faint blue light softly permeates the watery grave above them, illuminating the contours of their faces as they glance about below the wall of force. Light refracts, dancing along the cave walls and floor, submerging our villains in a waltz of dancing lights. Shadows of marine life swimming above move like smoke across the floor as small spouts of water pour down the cave walls, leaking through the sand and rock at their sides. Splashing vigorously from countless areas, the spouts of water break the harrowing silence as a deadly, crushing amount of water hovers precariously above the cave opening, held back only by the will and concentration of Aga, currently spending every effort to hold focus. Here, on an island far away from home and known civilization, in a dark, cold cave, we join our friends tonight on Lament. Yeah, of course.
Well, shit.
I figured the water's gonna recede, but I thought I would just leave it there to give you all a moment in case you wanted to live in that moment for a minute as we start. But if not, we'll just fast forward to it draining.
I think that's still an eagle.
Yeah.
She's just gonna fall back.
How long does the water stay up? Sorry.
It's maybe 5 to 8 minutes, somewhere around there.
Okay.
It slowly begins to recede, leaving behind a little bit of debris that slides down the wall of forest, some trees and other broken bits of wood and stone. Algae. Finally,
verging on like the somewhere between the 5 and 8 minutes, but like getting there, Aga's like, oh fuck, because he's like, oh, we're past the halfway point of this spell. I'm not sure if it's gonna last the whole time.
Nice.
Is that like visible on you?
He will like curse like audibly. Fuck.
There's some rumblings in the ground as Aga shows signs of wearing down as the rest of the sunlight is let through from the creature submerging below the water, rumbles down below before subsiding entirely. After about that 7-8 minutes, the water is safely receded. It's just some algae stuck on the wall of force.
Aga will keep it up until the end of the 10 minutes, but it's much easier, I'm assuming, to hold it at this point now that there's not all the pressure on it. But I actually want him to walk up to the entrance and just peek outside through the wall of force, and because it's not opaque, it's transparent. He'll just take a look around. And how destroyed is this island now? Did we just wash all the trees we flew through away?
Yeah, I mean, there are trees and other things that are still intact, but there's quite a bit of debris. Off the coastline saw the worst of it. You're in a fair bit, but you're also up a little bit on this mountain as you all kind of flew up and down into this area. You can see some of the water is still receding just lower down on the mountain that you're in. Mountain, it's probably only like a couple 200-300 feet up in elevation.
All right, so other question, with this water receding, can I see any signs of civilization or what may have formerly been civilization that just got its shit kicked in by that wave?
Make an investigation check, if you would.
Not a great start. Investigation. 12.
Nothing that you can see from here. No signs of it, just trees and such.
Can we see the coast from here, from our vantage point? What does the sea look like right now? Has it calmed down?
The swell of water is still receding, but you don't see any of that swell out to sea that went with the displacement of that creature. Looks like maybe it's gone. Okay.
And are we... I guess that's what he was looking for. I was going to say, are we up high enough that we can get an idea of what we can see? But
yeah, you do your own investigation check if you want.
Okay. I'm still an eagle, for the record. I can fly if you need me to.
The wings are out. I figured once the wall of force goes down, right? Oh, that's not good. I rolled a 6. You said investigation. It's a 15.
I have advantage on perception checks.
Okay. Well, it's an investigation. Perception check, I wouldn't have. Yeah.
That's awesome.
I'm just kidding.
It's like perception. Wait, don't we still have the telepathic bond up? Because it was an hour, right? Okay. So she can still talk to us in her.
Yeah. That's right.
Telepathically.
You see with a 15, perhaps, you've done a lot of digging and exploration and other things, looking for goods in old historic ruins, to recognize some things that may be sort of hut-like, remnants of some huts, perhaps.
All right. I'll point them out to the group.
Thaxel, if you would make a perception. Oh, sorry.
No. You're all right.
Wait, I want to do what?
Perception for Thaxel. But sorry, Ray, please go ahead.
No, I was just telling them that I think I saw some huts down that way.
Okay, I fly out. Let's see. Oh, my goodness, I have advantage. So that is a 22.
You hear down in the cave, the darkness of the cave, click, clack, click, clack, approaching. It's actually not that far away, but you're hearing a little before everyone else. That's okay.
I relay that information to everybody. You may want to move. I mean, or not. That's like entirely up to you. But I want the record to show. The more that y'all ignore my gut and what I'm telling y'all just.
Thaxel, why are we moving? You need to be more descriptive.
I thought it was. There's things.
She said she relayed it. Yeah.
Yeah, relayed it.
I'll pick up a stone, cast light, and chuck it further into the cave.
Oh. Excuse me. Did you just throw a rock at me? And a person comes out, half elf, maybe in his late 30s, looks like Tom Hanks from oh come on, how did I forget the name of that movie?
Castaway.
Thank you.
Castaway.
Jeez, it was right there. Poof. Goodbye. What have you done to my cave?
Squawk, 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 squawk.
Yeah, this is my home, thanks.
Well,
what?
I'm going to kind of like glance outside as the wall of force kind of comes down and be like, you're going to have trouble finding food.
What have you done? Why?
We didn't do anything.
Yeah, in fact, we saved your home.
Big fucking monster from the ocean.
That thing's back. Oh. So he's going to continue to approach until he kind of sees out of the cave. Oh.
How close does he get?
He's not going to walk close to any of you. The cave's, marginally wide. But he, at least far enough, or seeing some of the destruction, he's going to get close enough to try and look out. Unless there's something you want to do.
Aga's going to have weapon out, but not like up, and shield kind of like half up. It's like ready to be lifted.
Aren't you cute? And he just kind of continues to walk by and looks out. I don't know whether to love you or hate you all. Maybe I can get out of this cave now. All right.
I'm sorry. You didn't introduce yourself. Who do we have the pleasure of meeting?
Name's Ricardo. Yes. It's your pleasure,
Good
I'm
to
sure.
meet you.
Thank you.
And have you always been here, Ricardo? Sorry, go ahead. Thanks.
Have I? No. Like you, I found myself here thanks to that monster out there
That
you brought back.
I don't think we did.
I don't think it went anywhere.
Yeah, I think it's where it's always been.
I've been stuck here at least 7 years now.
I'm gonna look at Rhea and be like, and then look at Ari, and then look at Thaxel, and then I'm gonna kind of just hook my weapon on my belt, and hook my shield on my back, and just sit down, and just go, fuck.
Wait a minute. Did Wraith send you? Please tell me it's Wraith.
Did who? As
Right?
I am, I'm squawking. I'm still
Nice.
like eagle, but
Okay.
I say it
What
and like telepathically say what? Who?
I'm
Nice.
sorry, who?
You can't telepathically with him.
No, I know.
Just with
I know.
us. Okay.
No, to
I'm
us.
telepathic.
Right?
Yeah, to the group.
All right, super fast before we go any farther. Did 7 years? Did that sound like he was telling the truth? I just want to make sure we know.
Oh, you can make an insight check. Yeah.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, 13 plus. So 24.
You can tell that he's lost touch a little bit, and that he does believe it's been 7 years, but he may be off by a little bit. It's been a while.
Sure. Not intentionally lying to us. Okay.
Correct. Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm sorry. Who's Wrath?
No, I'm sorry. What is that? And he points to the to Thaxel. And Owl, do you have the baby? Is a giant baby?
Baby is
that all
like
about?
perched up.
My
My wings go like this,
Nice.
like they're on my hips.
That's a mess.
You're one to judge.
I am. Yes.
Excuse me? Okay, I kind of like him.
It's okay, Remy.
Please tell me that it was Wraith that sent you.
Unfortunately, I'm not familiar with that name. I don't think any of us are.
That figures.
How did you get stranded here?
Oh. That creature attacked our ship, Wraith and I.
Where were you headed? This is dangerous water.
Oh, it is indeed. Yes. You see, we were told that we were to find some riches out here, and that was a load of horse shit.
I see.
Because that creature came out of nowhere and destroyed our boat. Did not appreciate that. And Wraith and I have been stuck here, except Wraith got tired of living here. I don't see why. He had me. And left 4 years ago to find aid for us. Supposed to send
That's
somebody
unfortunate.
back.
Yeah.
I
Well.
think Thaxel at this point is going to approach a little bit closer to Ricardo. And
You
like
watch yourself.
suddenly she snaps out of her wild shape. So she's Thaxel again. And just steadies and does a little walk around. Just up and down, up and down.
Do you like what you see?
I'm not sure yet. You're real sassy.
Mm.
This whole time, Aga's just sitting down, back against the cave, head in his hands.
Nice.
Telepathically, I'm going to tell the crew, I'm going to take a quick look around while I still got the wings. And Ray is just going to flutter out and just try and do a flight loop while you guys talk to him. Just to kind of get a better view.
As Rhea goes to leave, Aga will just gesture, and the owl will and follow her.
Oh. Perfect.
What is going on with all of you? Birds and owls and everybody flies? Are you like circus
angels.
performers or something?
Okay.
Do you not have like any fancy shit that you can do? Are you jealous?
I had lots of fancy shit on my boat.
I thought your boat's like gone.
It is.
Well, that's a real bummer. So really, you don't have any fancy shit. You're just talking game. You're all talk with like nothing to back it up. You no longer amuse me. You are boring.
Listen, Feathers. You don't get a say in what or who I am.
Feathers?
I don't. That's right.
Wow.
Feathers.
Wow. I think these are scales. Wow.
I
do you need your eyes checked?
I think you're just a bird that likes to pretend to be a lizard.
You're so cute.
But you did do me a favor. You got rid of some of those druids down there. Maybe I could finally...
There's druids?
Yeah.
I'm a druid, you idiot.
Makes sense. And you, he goes over to Aga.
Wait, why doesn't he like me?
He may.
I don't appreciate this. Wait a minute. I'm going to follow him.
Okay, he's going to walk over to Aga. Okay, so you don't have wings or feathers, so I feel like maybe I can trust... I like you. So, can you tell me what's going on? Like, how did you all get here?
Don't answer him.
Aga will just kind of like look at him and then like absolutely like lose like all patience. And he'll just stand up and walk out of the cave.
Rude.
You offended him, you dumbass.
This is a great ass, thank you.
I've seen better, dear. I'm tapping something that looks better than that.
Oh?
Yeah.
Wait. Tell me more about that.
Now you're interested in me?
Yes. Well, now you've got something that's got my attention.
Oh, yeah. Let's talk more about the druids, though. Do they look like, what are they?
How about maybe, tit for tat?
You first.
And if he's got this kind of bushy beard, even he's a half elf, so it's like a wiry sort of patchy beard, and scruffy hair, tattered clothes that were once nice years ago. All right, those druids, they're bitches. They are not fun. They're all about nature, and they don't like people that are like outsiders like us.
Oh, well, that's usually what a druid is. Okay, what race are they?
Oh,
Out of curiosity.
Sorts of things.
Oh, that's cool. Where are we exactly? Okay. Hold on. Fine. Just sit down.
He doesn't sit.
Sit your ass down. And I start doing my cantrips, like mold earth to like draw a picture, and like gust like just to kind of like tweak everything, but mainly just like mold earth, causing shapes in the dirt of what Tassos look like, to kind of like give him a nice visual of what Axel's been tapping.
Nice. That's awesome. You must be real fun at beach parties, like building sandcastles and stuff.
I've only been to the beach like once.
But respect. He kind of points.
I know.
You're
Yes.
You're in the island of Uskeche'nu.
All right, honey, you're gonna have to spell that for me. I don't do well with this.
Let me say it real nice and slow for you.
No, you can just write it in the dirt like I did.
Okay, I'll write nice big letters for you. Just like stupidly large letters for you. It's USKECHE'NU. Do you speak farts? Do you speak come on, Elvish?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so you recognize that as a rough translation for like Ghost Island.
Oh. Well, that's interesting. And where is this druid tribe? Like, are they? Oh, interesting.
I mean, it may have been something I said or did that got them upset with me. I don't know. You know, it's all in the past.
It might be your attitude. Wow. Okay. Honey, you gotta get cleaned up. I mean, I know it's been 7 years, but I know you can do better than that. I'm gonna telepathically reach out to Rhea. Have you found anything yet? I'm getting bored.
Investigation check with advantage with the bird's eye view.
Okay. I can't argue for perception, can I?
Yeah, you can do that. Yeah, that's fine. You're flying overhead, something might pop out.
Yeah. Oh, thank goodness I had advantage because I rolled a 1 and an 18. Mm-hmm.
Oh, gosh.
Thanks for the bird. 18, 20. Okay, so 29.
Ooh, okay. With the 29, you can circle. I mean, the island isn't massive, so if you spend the time kind of circling it, you do spot some small tribal, like druidic tribal areas. Little smoke here, a lot of activity and sort of recovering from whatever happened here. But the most important thing you notice around the other side of the island is that there's a much larger island, almost continent, that's not continent, but a really large island that's across a small strait of water. And right, and you just have your vision, so you see that on the horizon, like might be crossable.
Okay.
I also relayed that there may be other people on this island, specifically druids.
Okay. Well, telepathically, I'll tell her, yeah, I see the huts, and it looks like there's activity down there. There must be picking up from the tidal wave. Also, there's a much larger island not too far from this one. Looks like it's just separated by a small channel, so maybe crossable. I don't know.
Interesting. I'm gonna look to our friend Ricardo. Have you tried heading over to that other island?
Of course. Rife and I tried that a long time ago, but that's when an incident might have happened with the druids, and I can't really remember details, but
oh, please, Dish.
Yeah. It's all gone, you know.
Right. I mean, I could draw more pretty pictures of my man if that'll help jog your memory. More detailed.
Like
pictures.
How detailed?
Ray is nowhere around, right?
She's flying
Not
about.
Yet.
Very detailed. Very, very, very detailed.
Right. Well.
And then I erased it really quick.
Yes. As I said, they don't really appreciate those that are not one with nature. And I have some needs that need to be met that maybe can't be met in
Did you violate a tree?
Oh no. Is that something that you've encountered before?
I mean, I want to violate a tree. I am a druid. I'm one with nature. Trees I respect. I continue.
Well, so I may have upset one of the tribe's leaders and been ushered out of the tribe and told if I was ever seen again, I would be killed on sight. Something along those lines. I don't know. It's vague. I seem to recall them being pretty uppity. So, drama. You know, haters gonna hate.
Mm. Okay. I look over to Aga telepathically. You alright? Can we
Fine.
kill him?
We can, but I see no point in it. Might actually prove useful. Even if it's just a trading chip to hand over to the druids. This is all telepathic. Or, you know, as a scapegoat. We just got here safely. We saw him running away from the water. He brought this big giant tidal wave. It's his fault. Hand him over. If they already hate him, they'll believe it.
True.
I've been standing just outside the mouth cave. Like, I didn't want to be too far from Thaxel, but I also just Aga is just not. Nah.
Yeah. Okay.
He's pissed.
Cool.
So, like, how did you get here, though? Like, that's my biggest thing.
At this point, Aga will interject if that's cool.
Oh.
He'll walk back in
anytime.
He'll go, we got here through a fucked up teleportation spell because of this damn storm. Yeah, that plopped us in the water. We almost died. It was great.
He's a little cranky because I had to put him in my mouth. So.
Oh. Okay.
It was fun.
It was not.
That's a shame. Well, I'm so glad you all came here. I really wish Wright had sent you. I really miss him. But,
it's very likely your friend's on the bottom of the ocean.
Well, I hope not. That would be terribly sad. You can see him getting a little emotional inside as you say that. Like,
oh.
Aga doesn't give a shit. He's so mad.
Rhea! Telepathically. Okay,
yay! I was landing,
Oh.
Yes.
He's cranky.
Out of curiosity, I haven't
the
actually...
new one or Aga?
Both, but I'm more concerned about Aga.
Rare is telepathic. Can communicate with or without a common language. Okay, so sorry, I'm thinking out loud. I thought I was muted.
Oh.
All right.
So right around the time that Rhea comes back, Aga's kind of frustration is kind of boiling over his pretty good self-control. And I feel like with the telepathic bond, it says you can communicate without common language. So I feel like not all of the communication is like words as much as it is impressions. And you get the impression from Aga's state of mind over the bond that that he's a mixed emotion bag right now, where he's really pissed off that he just about died, but he's also incredibly lost because That's the first time in his life that magic has failed him. He has never used magic before, and it has not done what he wanted it to. Like, he's never had a spell fail before. And he's seen Thaxel cast and do well before, so he's not like blaming it on her, but he's totally confused as to why the magic didn't work, and and it's like coming out as just like anger. So
in telepathically, where he's gonna say, Aga, I'm not going to tell you to calm down, but we can feel all of that. I don't know if you wanted us to or not.
It'll just like immediately die down, like immediately go away. I'll be like, sorry.
It's okay. Just wanted you to know. Well, we can get down there to the druids. I don't care. There's the other island. You can try and find somebody else if these druids are inhospitable. But I'm sure Thaxel, you could talk to them.
Oh yeah, yeah. I've got a secret language and whatnot. I can.
Yeah.
I'm quite interested in other druids. I don't think I've met a lot of other druids.
Is there anything left of the druids down there? Did we see?
Yeah, they were moving around. I mean, their huts didn't look so great, but they were moving and a grooving. And then, if that doesn't work, if we need to get to that other island, you can just find a tree across the way, right? You don't have to go through that channel.
Let's not do that again.
I don't. That spell slot's already done for the day.
Well,
If that was a little too much for me.
I have to agree.
I don't know how we're going to get back from here unless I do it again and we go back. But then how do we go back from? I don't know. I'm tired.
If these druids are on this island and they've been here for a while, they might know better what will and won't work. I say we go talk to them.
Cool.
Yeah, we'll exhaust all the resources here before we do anything else.
Cool.
I like that one.
I like this plan. What time of the day is it?
Yeah, 1 in the afternoon.
Sure. Cool. Another question.
Mm-hmm.
And the amount of time we've been talking to Ricardo, has that been a short rest or not?
We could say it's a half an hour. Yeah, sure.
Yay, a short rest.
Arcane recovery.
Nice.
Now, I don't remember what arcane recovery does.
I
know my character so well.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question.
I can wall shape again. Okay.
Arcane recovery. It recovers spell slots. I just don't remember the specifics of it.
Excuse me. Taco burps.
I've got the nacho ones. So.
Once per day when you...
It is Tuesday.
Equal to or less than half your wizard level. We're 11 now, right?
I think so. We're 12, 11, 12, 11.
11.
Ooh, rounded up. 11. So I can recover 6 levels of spell slots.
Juicy.
Ooh, I will recover 2 third-level spells.
Perfect, Dan.
Okay, nice. Good. Thanks.
That is actually very pretty.
That's dope.
Oops. So, thank you.
Well, it sounds like, unless you can tell us a little bit more about where the fuck we are, we're going to have to go talk to those druids.
So, over here, and he kind of points out to the ground, you'll see, he's had to spell it out for your friend. You're in the island of Uskeche'nu, and you're lost. We're all sort of lost here. Supposed to be some... Well, I can tell you more, actually. I kind of like to get to that big island over there without dealing with the druids.
And why? What's so hot on that island?
For now, I can tell you that the riches. There are probably other people over there already by now. I mean, it's been years, so. There was a big rush to that island, and I was trying to beat that rush, which is how Wraith and I ended up here.
Did you make up this name for this island, or is that the one that...
That's what the druids called it.
Is he, when he says, at the beginning of that whole explanation, he said, for now I can tell you. How much else is he hiding? Like, he's clearly hiding something. But can Aga tell, like, whether or not there's, like, more to this guy than he appears? Or if he's just genuinely, like, a merchant who got washed up here? Like,
you could do an insight check to kind of get a feel for if he's hiding something, and if it feels sinister or just like he's trying to wheel a deal.
Plus a lot. 22.
With the 22, you can tell that he definitely, I mean, he knows more. He has a better idea of what's going on. Once he mentioned that other island and there being a rush, that kind of clues you in with the way he says it too, that there's more going on than just, it's not as random as you might feel. It's not as isolated, perhaps. Well, I shouldn't say it's not isolated, but there may be more going on here that he has info on.
All right. So, in the brief moment that he recognizes that, I'm gonna like send out like telepathic little like, fuck this guy. He knows more than he's saying, and I think we should get it out of him. And I'm gonna reach for my weapon and see if they say anything about me reaching for my, like, pulling my weapon out.
Oh,
no, the only thing you're gonna hear is good cop, bad cop.
Okay.
Nice.
Or devil and angel.
Any mental objections before Aga goes for it, Thaxel?
You just see her teeth bare and snarl.
Okay. So, Dan, I would like to quickly close the gap between me and Ricardo, and I would like to grab him by the scruff of his fucked up clothes and grapple him against a wall, and then hold the mace up.
Let me have you do a quick initiative check against him, because he seems
initiative?
kind of just to see who gets ahead. He's more than
he's gonna win that one. He's gonna win that one for sure. Oh yeah, that's like a 5 - 1, I think.
Oh no!
So for sure, he's gonna
Okay.
4.
Let me take a quick.
If he looks like he's gonna dodge out of Aga's way, Ray is gonna try and cut off his exit.
Okay.
And Thaxel the other way.
Nice.
Arr.
All right, let me find. Oh my god.
With my little bird on my shoulder. My owl.
Little bird? Little bird?
Nice.
Yeah, I guess just like whoop.
In like a little backpack. Oh my gosh. Like one of those baby backpacks.
Shut up. Oh, now I'm imagining like Yoda, baby Yoda in a backpack, and that's what's happening.
Oh. Okay. So Aga, you know, because he has the initiative, he sees, you know, he's been keeping an eye. Sees you go to make a move and steps, you know, takes a few steps to the side, sees Rhea block him off. So he's going to turn to you and you just take this damage. Okay. That shouldn't be a lot. Okay. You just take 15 points of damage, psychic damage, and you have to make an intelligence saving throw, please, if you would.
I'm good at those. I like those. Those are good ones.
Okay, good.
Make the wizard make intelligence save. I like those. That's great. That's a 19.
Actually, let's see. I have to check his modifier.
Hey, Donut. What's going on?
Oh, hey.
I'm terrible at watching chat, but I actually saw it show up this time, so I thought I'd say hello.
Sorry, I thought I had his thing right here.
I'm not trying to physically harm him. I'm just trying to grapple him.
Ah, gotcha. Nope, it's okay. This is just sort of his reaction. I just, as part of his bonus, is it in here, and I have to look it up. Of course. There we go. With a base of 8.
8 plus proficiency plus stat.
Okay. All right. You just you feel for a moment just a little bit of a weight on your mind after that psychic damage, but you shrug it off and continue moving. Go ahead and do, if you're grappling, go ahead and do an athletics check.
Let's see. Ooh, not great. That's only a 10.
Oh, wow. Okay, I thought for sure he was gonna. And you go to grapple, and he's what's the word I want to use? He's scrappy. You go to get him, it's just he's kind of scrappy. Like he's able to kind of push you off a bit and back away. Listen, you don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. Stop. Or else.
Was what he did a spell?
Lion.
Did I see him cast a spell?
I felt like a challenge.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It was a spell.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. For future reference, I would counterspell that.
Okay.
Yeah. But
You can take the
that's
damage
okay.
back then, yeah. if you
no,
want.
it's okay. I'll do it next time. Also, it was unexpected. He caught me by surprise because he didn't look like he was all that.
How
All
close
right.
are all of us to each other?
We're in a
All within
cave.
30
Pretty-
feet for sure.
Okay.
So
We're in a cave, right?
Mhm.
So I'll go, okay, all right, and I'll kind of like telepathically like, all right, back up a little bit, guys, and I'll like take a step back and put the weapon away, and then I will cast web centered on him. He has to make a dexterity save.
what level spell is that? Sorry.
2.
Okay. It fizzles out in your hands. You see a couple gestures from his hand. It fizzles out.
Oh, I would counterspell his counterspell.
Oh, okay. Go for it. Or can you do that
Gotcha,
if you're
bitch.
already casting a spell? Oh, yeah, because his reaction. Yeah, go for it.
Yeah. So he goes to counterspell, and I'm like, no. Bow.
Nice. Okay. So, of course, you'd stop casting your spell to counterspell.
It's a reaction to counterspell, which happens instantaneously, and it's an action to cast. You can do both. Because counterspell does not require concentration, and it's a different action economy.
Let me just check, because if it's 2 spells, I can't imagine you being able to like simultaneously do all this
There's
stuff.
only verbal components for counterspell.
Are there verbal
That's it.
components to web?
To web, I don't know.
Because you wouldn't
Yes,
be able to
there
speak
is.
them both. Yeah.
Yeah, there is. Okay.
It's up to you, though, which you want to do, but I'm going to say you'd probably have to separate the action reaction.
Can I ask a quick question?
Yeah.
Is there a way, like, if we see him casting counterspell, because we've seen Aga do it before, that we could try and interrupt him? I know it's a reaction, but is there anything we can do to try and interrupt it?
Do you have any like reaction type things that you could throw at him? Skills or spells? If not, roll a dexterity check. If you get
Grasping vine.
if that's a reaction one, you
No, it's a bonus action.
I know, everything is...
You two can roll dexterity. Thaxel and Ray, if you want to roll dexterity checks. If you get 15 or higher, I'll say you can do so.
Oh,
Well, I rolled a 16.
so did
Plus my
I.
dex. Oh,
16?
18.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So
We both rolled
plus
16.
dex,
Okay, you're
yeah.
both able to take a reaction. You know, just do
Okay.
a bonus reaction. Something to disrupt him
Okay.
from his counterspell. So Aga's casting web, he's going to counterspell, but before he completes it, you two can do something.
Can Rhea just fly up and take one of her daggers of Joaquin and just throw it to his throat? She's not trying to grapple him, but she's trying to like distract him enough that.
Roll an intimidation check along with it.
Okay. Not my best. Ooh, that's not a good roll, guys. That's not a good roll. Where's the intimidation? You say? It's only a 13.
Ooh, okay. Doesn't seem seems to be pretty focused on the battle.
Okay.
I'm kind of wanting
Aga.
to do the same thing,
Okay.
but if she's going for the throat, I'm going for the torso. And when I get up, like it's like tip is almost stop it to his stomach. But I'm gonna lean in
Impressive.
to his ear, be like, make one more move. This is a poisonous dagger. I think carefully on what you're gonna do next.
Go ahead and roll an intimidation check as well.
$20.
Okay, that's enough. I'm going to defend myself if I have to, but you can just talk to me. I don't know why you're all doing this.
Because
you're
you're lying.
keeping secrets.
Yeah, because I want to get off this island. I will happily share them with you if you get me over to that island.
You'll share them with us first.
Probably
Because 3 against 1, 4 against 1. I don't care. If you're going to defend yourself,
I'm gonna
you'll lose.
Push the dagger just a little bit more. Please let me. And I'm like still like up to his ear. Like, please let me use it. Please let me use it.
All right. What was your initiative again, Aga? Sorry.
4.
4. Okay. Rhea and Thaxel, please just roll an initiative so I know where you'll land in the.
Oh, yeah. Let me just change dice because that one clearly.
Ooh.
Okay.
All right, Rhea? Oh, you're adding it. Sorry.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I rolled a 10, so 23.
Oh, nice. And Thaxel?
20, 25.
Damn.
Damn, girl.
Yeah, shit,
Oh,
seriously.
All right.
She is so excited and turned on right now to use this dagger.
Ah, nice.
That's where that initiative roll came from.
Awesome. All right. So I'm going to put it up to where Thaxel's at. Now, are you continuing to cast your web, Aga? Because you didn't get counterspell because they stopped it.
Yes. Yes,
Okay.
I am.
So can you choose who doesn't get affected by that? Or
I believe it's
all three of them?
everybody. I believe it's everybody in a 20-foot sphere.
Okay. You'll get covered in wet, sticky
Each
web.
creature that starts its turn in the webs or that enters them during its turn must make a dexterity saving throw. On a failed save, the creature is restrained as long as it remains in the webs or until it breaks free. A creature restrained by the webs can make a strength check against your spell save DC. If it succeeds, no longer restrained.
My strength checks are terrible.
All right, so let me pull that up actually. All right, so that successfully goes off, covering the 3 of them. Thaxel, you have a turn. You can do what you want during the turn. You can either question,
it's the
engage.
start of her turn, so she's got to make a dexterity saving throw if she's right up against him, because he centered it on him.
Okay.
He wanted everybody to back up and then put him in the middle of it, is what he wanted to do.
Well, I mean, if I'm there, the dagger's right there. That's all I want to do. Because, does that cause force so I can, like, shove it?
It restrains you magically and like grabs you in spider webs, unless you make a save. I don't know if you can. I don't think restraining takes away your ability to make an attack roll.
It does. I think grapple doesn't, but restrain does, right?
I think restrained simply gives you disadvantage.
Speed becomes 0. Attack rolls against a creature have advantage, and the creature's attack rolls have disadvantage.
So if him and you are both restrained, then it's just a normal roll. But if you pass your saving throw, it's at advantage.
The creature has disadvantage on dex saving throws.
But you're not restrained right away. You have to fail it first. Like at the start of your turn, you have to.
Well, I'll do it, but she's okay if she's restrained. That's it.
We already know Thaxel's all about that life.
Life, yeah. This is nothing new, guys. Wait, disadvantage right on dex?
No, not yet. You're not affected by the spell until you fail. Yeah.
Well, dex saving throw, that's a 16.
That's the DC. You're good.
Okay. I'm gonna. It's gonna poke. It's gonna break some skin.
Okay.
You know.
All right. So if you're attacking, how does Webb? Let me just pull up Webb. How does that disadvantage, or not until he rolls and?
Not until he rolls.
Okay.
Until his turn. It's until his turn.
Ah. Okay. All right. Thaxel, go ahead and make an attack then.
Woohoo. Oh, this was so beautiful. I think that's a nat 20.
Oh, nice.
So 27 to hit.
Mm-hmm. Remember to double the damage die with a nat 20.
It's just a D4.
Or damage dice.
Okay.
Also don't actually kill him. I was just kidding.
It's okay. I'll spare the dying.
It's fine.
We are not.
Okay, so I can roll it twice, right? Or just take the max?
You can either you roll and then you double whichever one you rolled, or you can roll 2 dice and see what the total is. So if you roll like a 4, then you can do 8.
I'm doubling the 4. So that's 8, 11 points of damage, and he needs to make a Constitution saving throw.
Dan handed us a way out, and we're like, let's fucking kill it.
Yeah. Right? Like,
not kill it. Just
we're not killing.
Oh, I know. I
have healing word. Axel likes to play with her toys.
Nice.
I got healing hands.
Me and you both have healing word. That's fantastic.
That's the only healing spell that Axel has.
Support rolls for the win.
Or cure wounds. Anyways.
What was the damage again? Sorry. 16.
8, 9, 10, 11. 11 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
For Halo's got the right idea. A little maiming between friends.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
And then it needs to make a con saving throw or take poison damage.
Juicy. 14. I don't think that's enough.
So that is 2d10 poison. 8 and fucking 1. 9 points of poison damage.
Okay.
And I can't use it as a dagger of venom until the next dawn. So that's okay.
Okay. You're seeing his demeanor change a little bit as he's getting stabbed now in this web.
And poisoned.
And poison, yeah. If he coughs a little, feels the poison start coursing through his veins.
This is so much fun. I'm feeling so much better already. How does it feel? I'm trying to take notes for when I use this on my next victim.
I'll show you.
Ooh.
But
as he spews attitude, and I watch the Thaxel, stab him. Can I just say I know this is out of turn, but can I just say a little bit to him?
Sure, go for it.
Okay. To say it doesn't have to be like this. We could be friends, but friends tell each other, the truth and everything that they need to know. in order to trust them. Trust is hard earned, but lies are easy to see.
I'm gonna say roll a persuasion check. If you, it's gonna be a little
I was
difficult.
going more for intimidation.
Oh, go for it.
Like,
Yeah, you
like fucking tell us, or we're gonna kill you. Kind of thing.
Okay, yeah, go for it.
Oh, it's a natural one.
Nice.
I guess spells aren't working. He can't intimidate
Nice.
shit.
Oh.
It's not his night. This. I'm just gonna put this die to the side. This is keep your juju over there.
Nice. All right. He just kind of. But before he can do anything else, Rhea has her turn.
So does he like even look that bothered by what Axel did?
Oh, hurt-wise? No.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, I didn't bust out the big guns. I just wanted to play with my shiny dagger because I never get to.
I promise. I'm not busting out the nuke. Okay. I promise.
I can.
I could. It recharged.
Nice.
She will. She'll just say to him, "We are the only ticket you've had 7 years. I suggest you start telling us the truth." And she's just going to, like slide her dagger across him just for like a regular attack, just trying to slice him. Oh, but I need to make my saving throw first, don't I? I almost forgot. Okay, 13 plus, what was it? I'm sorry.
Oh, you passed. 13
Oh,
with the dex on a rogue?
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
16 is the DC.
Yeah.
You're fine.
Okay.
Your
No,
dex is what, 5?
No, it's only a, well,
+4?
my saving throw is a +7, but my dex is only a 16.
What?
Interesting.
She's not the most efficient rogue.
Excuse me.
14 plus, hold on, sorry. It's been so long since we've fought. Okay, so 21, 22?
Yeah, don't say it. Yeah, but
22? Sorry, okay.
You bypass the cloth, the raggedy cloth he's wearing for armor.
15, 16, 18. And we are level 11, right?
Correct.
So 18, so 29 points of damage, 11 of which are radiant.
Okay. So he's got poison coursing through him. This other one runs across his throat just to make a point. Radiant energy pours into him. And make persuasion or intimidation, whichever you're going for with your statement.
I think I'll go with persuasion.
He seems to be fairly obstinate and confident, so it may be high.
16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. 25. I rolled a 16.
It may be pretty high. Oh, shit.
It's not even my highest deception. If I were deceiving, it'd be out of the,
Awesome. So you see him
man.
pause a little bit. If you're doing this to me now, why on earth would I think you're going to let me live if I were to tell you everything now?
You'd be surprised. We like deals more than what we're doing now. Well, most of us. And she'll wink at Thaxel. And Ray is being truthful in that, just in case he checks.
I will make a deal with you. I will tell you how to cross that divide without that creature attacking you or sensing you. I will tell you the rest of the information that will be important once we're all safely across, and yeah.
In the same vein, I'm assuming we've kind of left initiative at this point.
Yes, but if we go back into it, it'll be on his turn.
Okay. In the same vein, how do we know you're actually going to share that information with us once you're across? How do we know you won't just disappear?
Trust is hard earned, sir.
Indeed it is, especially when somebody has already lied to you.
I didn't know such thing.
Deception is the same when you leave out a truth as when you make one up.
I told you that I had this information. Then you all jumped me. I specifically said that I knew information and I would share it if I could get across. And then all this.
God, I want to fucking kill him. I can't stand his ass.
I know.
Oh.
I know. Maybe we can. She's gonna think telepathically to the group. Maybe we can sell him off to whatever civilization's over there to get off the island. You know, like an indentured servant.
You just see Thaxel's head nodding.
Maybe we should just give him to the druids.
Thaxel's head is nodding.
That was just a mental. That wasn't out loud.
Okay. Nice.
Well, like mentally, Thaxel's going to agree with everybody and be like, I really want to find these druids. And then we could kind of bring him along as a prisoner. Not really, but yes.
Is he restrained in the webs? Or did he not make his saving throw yet?
He hasn't made it yet, yeah.
Okay, I think whether or not it works on him is going to
Okay.
kind of determine what Aga's going to do next.
Yeah, he's restrained. He rolled a 1.
Okay. So if he's restrained, Aga is going to. I don't know. Well, both of them are free, right? They're in the spell and unaffected.
Mm-hmm.
I moved out of the area, so I would say to them, like, "Hey, like gag him, so he can't cast." Because he's already restrained, and we can just gag him, and then once he can't cast, he's kind of harmless.
Don't we have some manacles or something?
I think we have manacles, but I don't remember who has them. And my thought is, once you initiate something like this, if you back off, you lose all your footing. Like, you really have to establish that you're the one in charge, and he's trying to do that right now. And Aga doesn't like it. Aga's already feeling out of control.
Okay. I'll pull out like a scarf or something, you know.
I will not say a thing if you put that in my mouth.
You won't have a choice.
That's the point, love. You seem like the kind of creature that might enjoy it.
He kind of looks over at his partially sculpted, super thick ass on the ground. It's in Tassos' form. Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still by his ear. Okay, keep mine.
I promise, darling. This is the best silk that you can get from Vassarail. You'll enjoy it. She'll gag him.
Nice. Yeah.
You like it?
Once the gag is on, Aga will mentally be like, watch his hands, and then he'll drop web.
Okay.
And let them like manacle him and.
Okay.
Yeah. Tie him up.
All right. What's next?
Well, this is a part where I have to have a meta conversation with you guys. How dark do you want to get here? Because Aga's ready to get pretty fucking dark.
Always.
Oh, Aga's ready to bust some kneecaps right now. He's so pissed.
Forever.
He'd really like a good torture session. He would totally be down. It'd be very relieving for him.
I mean, I'm not there yet, but Thaxel will support you 100%.
Okay.
Yeah, Ray is more of a torture. Use them until they're at the last thread, and then torture them. But if you guys want to torture them to speed things along, that's fine.
I don't think that Aga's going to jump straight to torturing, but okay. I have a feeling with how obstinate this motherfucker's being, that's where it's that's where it's heading. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I didn't want to start the path if that's where it's going to go. If we didn't want to go. But okay.
Yeah.
Aga will kind of like, walk up to him now that he's got his hands bound and he's gagged. We're going to ask you some yes or no questions. You will nod your head yes or shake your head no. This is what we call a sub-dom relationship. You are the sub here.
Which sometimes that's fun.
It can be fun.
No, I'm whispering that into Ricardo's ear.
Nice.
But I like being dominant better.
She's very good at it. Her poisons are very painful before they kill. And it's very difficult to get to any island without legs. And he's gonna kind of like tap his mace.
Nice.
Now,
telepathically, I just want to tell Thaxel, get ready to spank him when he's bad.
Nice.
My eyes go wide, like. Whew.
Do you, or do you not, actively have a way to get off of this island that pisses off the druids? That's a yes or no.
Let me just make a roll for him.
You do. Can you use this method without hands? He nods.
Mm-hmm.
Good. And I'll pull out a dagger and I'll put it on the ground. Can you use it without feet?
Kind of shoulder shrugs.
That seems like a yes to me. Good. It's good to know what you need in order to help us. Now, which of those would you rather lose? Nod yes for your hand. Shake your head no for your feet. A shrug. Mm-hmm. So you'd like to lose your balls.
Thaxel. Now.
and I will I'll grab him. I'll grab him by the scruff and drag him. I'm assuming his feet aren't bound, but his hands are, to the edge of the cave. And I'll kind of like look down the slope and I'll be like, guys, do you think he'll survive if I just toss him?
If he doesn't, we'll just bring him back. Do it all over again.
Nice.
I wonder if the druids would be willing to help us get to the other island if we just hand you over to them, since you're such a nuisance.
That is a great idea, Aga.
I know.
You shake your head no, but the druid I know right there can fly us over. It really wouldn't even be a problem.
I'm really good at that.
I'm gonna look at the skies. Do they actually look flyable?
They look flyable. He says something behind his gag.
And Aga will, fully gauntleted in heavy armor, deck him in the face.
Oh, nice!
And with the armor he has, it's actually a genuine weapon. I don't know if you want to make me do that or just do the strength thing.
Go for it.
Okay.
Yeah. Whichever way you prefer.
Don't get blood on that scarf, Aga. I like that one.
Oh, I can clean it with magic after we get out of here. And
okay, fine.
Pow! And I'm just going to deck him in the face and go, you speak when spoken to. And answer how you are told. And I'll make an attack roll. Do I get advantage because he's bound?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Axel is a little turned on by Aga's actions right now.
Nice.
Insight check.
Dude, I've been telling people for a while, Aga's not a nice dude.
Nice.
But I mean, that is a 15 plus 6 for 21, and the armor damage is, I believe, a D8.
That definitely hits.
For 7 plus 2, I believe. plus 2, so 9 damage, and I believe it's actually slashing damage with the armor.
Ooh, okay. Slash cross.
I would like to telepathically offer. I do have Charm Person. If we need to use it, just saying. I forgot I prepared it.
It's all right.
Telepathically, is this a conversation we're having briefly?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Aga will like turn his head and say, like, "Well, I imagine saving throws, or I imagine making a spell work, is much easier when the target is exhausted."
Mm.
So.
And I will think also, I think Ari can do it without a spell if you need her to.
I mean, I have plenty of spell slots available and a really high wisdom check. Save.
Oh, sure.
Thing. Just offering it in case.
No, absolutely. Look at you taking the diplomatic path.
Yeah.
I like how we're all staring at each other while he's just standing there bleeding, having this conversation in our heads.
I'm gonna say, now, would you rather get thrown off the cliff and then taken to the druids, where the druids will help us, because I guarantee you they know which magic will work and which won't here, or would you rather help us get there? Because I'm not entirely sure we need you. As a matter of fact, I'm positive we don't, because even without you, I'm sure we could figure it out. I'm very smart. Now, nod yes if you're willing to help. Shake your head no if you'd like to be thrown off the mountain.
See him think for a minute as to how he wants to answer.
Okay. All right.
I tap him on the head.
The first thing we're going to do, Thaxel, and I'm going to mentally be like charm person. Like,
mentally, what level would you like me to cast that as? Or at?
Bitchin' level.
Probably the lowest level, because I don't think higher levels affect it.
Oh, it might just be more people.
Oh, that could. Let's see. You could target one additional creature.
Yeah.
And I'm leaving his gag in while we're doing this so that he cannot counterspell.
Okay.
Intentionally.
All right. So I walk up to him when I'm patting him on the head.
Mm-hmm.
Pat. Charm person.
Duck, duck, goose.
It's just like a dog.
Awesome.
Good boy.
What does he have to roll?
A wisdom save.
I believe charm person, he gets to make it at advantage since we're hostile.
Okay.
What? Would you hush?
Hey,
No cheating.
You follow the rules, bro. That's
That Thaxel does not.
Nice. Okay.
What do you get, Dan?
Oh, I don't think so, actually.
No?
If you make a wisdom saving throw and does so with advantage if you.
Oh, yes, you're right.
Fighting it.
Sorry, it was worded weird. You're good.
Yeah, it is worded weird.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah, we're hostile.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I keep tapping him. Tap, 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 tap.
Now, I understand how charm person works, right? So I know that he should think of us as friends now.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be like, "Oh, hey, friend, do you want that gag out?" It didn't work.
What kind of gesture is like up to you?
Yeah.
I could do it.
Seems kind of jovial.
I'm gonna look at Rhea and see what she thinks, because Aga doesn't think it worked.
You're welcome to do insight checks too if you want to check.
Yes.
I'm just gonna rely on Rhea and Thaxel.
I would not.
That was a nat 20. Of course, it's not
Hey!
something that's important, but so that's a 31.
Yeah, he's did not take effect.
Okay.
He's just like, yeah, take it out.
I'm still patting him on the head, and I look at Aga again.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Pat.
Oh.
Charm.
seems to calm down a little bit, a little disoriented.
I'm gonna look. I think I'm on his side.
Gives kind of a smile to you. Gestures of. You can do an insight check though, if anyone.
Yeah, I
wants
would like to. If it'll go down. I would not. That's a 12.
Okay, looks like it took effect.
I mean, if anyone else wants an insight check, but I think he's lovely.
You can't. You're telling us you can't tell.
Yeah, I'm like.
Okay. All right.
He looks lovely.
Ooh, that's not as good. I rolled a 7. So that's 18.
8.
Yeah, looks like that's worked.
Hey, friend. I'm assuming all of this communication between us 4, because Ari is there too, is all happening mentally. But hey, friend, so sorry about that. And I'll take the gag out and set it, like, let it around his neck. And
that's all right. I know how it goes.
Things got a little crazy. We were worried about you.
No.
Now you were saying you know how to get around without this thing following us. How does that work, friend?
Oh well, we just have to get there's a shell that the druids like to keep for keep that particular creature sort of near this island, but just break the shell and it goes back out to its normal patrols out at sea.
And how did you try to get to the other island? Did you just try and get rid of the big monster? And
well, you see, I actually tried to get rid of that shell, and they kind of are all about that shell, protecting their island. But we just wanted to get across. Of course, Wraith told me not to do that because we have to respect their, heritage and such. But I really just wanted to get off this island and get back to civilization.
And is civilization on the other island? Do you know for sure?
I don't know for sure. So there was a big rush to this island for riches. And I tried to add some inside information. And so a few of us tried to get out here, beat the rush. And of course, the rest is history as our ship went down.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how do we get through this storm and away from these islands and back to the rest of the world? Do you know?
I don't. I'm hoping that if others made it to that island years ago, then perhaps they've determined a safer way than by ship to return.
Great. Thank you so much, friend.
Of course.
Here, I'll help carry you down the mountain. We'll go break that shell, and I'll go to pick him up,
Oh,
and I'll throw him down the mountain.
Nice. Okay.
I'll literally just.
Oh,
his hands are still bound, I believe.
Wait! Can I get my scarf off of there before he goes?
I took the gag off.
Okay.
I took the gag off.
Okay.
All right. Well, it's a pretty gory fall. It's moderately steep out here. There are some areas where you can walk down, of course, but you see him bounce down and arms snap, legs snap, back crack, and it just continues to bounce down before his head's like twisted sideways. And
I'll look at the other two and I'll go, or the other three, and I'll go, God, that was satisfying.
I know, but we could have used him. I mean, it's fine.
You're right. We can take his corpse to the druids and say that we want to worship the shell and break it. Let's go.
Or we can just sneak in and get it. You have some very sneaky people. Hey, Dan, I hate to ask this.
Yeah.
But would any of that ring a bell? Like, any of that sort of... There's a set of islands out there that...
Ring a bell with Rhea?
For treasure.
Like, would her information network know?
Like, yeah. Would any there's these islands out here that have this treasure.
Axel's turned
I'm
on
gonna
by Aga.
say roll a history check with advantage given your background.
Okay.
Oh,
and
while
Victoria hates asking it, but it would be something that Rhea would think about. Oh, well. I rolled an 8 and a 12, guys. You said history?
Aga gets mad after a while, man.
17.
Like, I want to lower the DC a bit because of your family. But, so I'm actually going to leave it up to Victoria as to whether or not that information would reach.
Okay.
Oh, and just for... Just so you know, no, I don't think anyone asked him where the shell was. The shell on an island. So, in case you wanted to, needed to get his body or just look around or ask her, whatever you want to do, just want to know. Off the side of the mountain, you see a small group of little, they almost look like chimpanzees, and they're all peeing on the side of the mountain, which will bring us to our bio break.
Lovely.
So they definitely need some coffee. Oh my goodness. Woo! That poor guy. But I love the evil campaign. That was beautiful. Well done, everybody. Yay.
I think...
I'm sorry we went a little murder hobo on you.
No,
it's cool.
We rarely do it. We rarely do it.
Yeah.
we rarely do. But, like,
So when
you
we get-
gained some respect from Daxel, just to give you a heads up. She's like, oh, I'm glad that he's in our group now.
Aga, I've been
Just saying.
playing Aga really careful because Aga recognizes that there's shit that's not acceptable in a normal group of people, but he doesn't care, and so he's trying to get ingrained before he does those things. But now he's so pissed that it's just he doesn't care.
Nice.
So
Well, Daxel's turned on and respect, so that's it. Bye.
Nice. All right, catch you all in like 8 to 10 minutes. Yay!
sure, I have to find out where my cloth went.
Oh, my legs. Oh. I need coffee and water.
my puppy decided to hop up in my lap. Now she's curled into this ball. So,
Hi, boo-boo.
yeah, I was like, I'm petting her, not doing anything weird, just petting the puppy.
Aww.
She's been very cuddly the past couple of days.
You scared the daylights out of me. I
Me?
was in the middle of reading something, and all of a sudden, like, I wasn't looking at my other screen, and all of a sudden, you were like, the puppy's in my. I'm like, oh fuck, because there was like a voice in my ear, and I forgot that. Yeah.
Ding, ding.
Can you tell that I've been stressed lately?
No, I haven't. I don't know at all. Cannot tell.
Hey, Dan. I am messaging you back.
Okay.
But to answer the how much she knows, I think because those 2 ships went out of Ikram, she would know who that group is, and that, you know, there's been some hubbub the last couple of years, but I don't think she'd know like the details of like what's supposedly out there, you know, like that kind of thing. But like generally, like, oh yeah,
treasure to be had.
People, people. There is a pretty big group of people that are going out, but she doesn't know anything else about it, I think.
Okay, neat. It makes a lot of sense too, since I'm sure big treasure, you know, would be something that the family, she especially would.
Yeah.
Okay.
It might make more sense later.
Ooh. Nice.
Noise? What?
Oh, is your puppy there?
Yeah, she came up and crawled up in my lap like a little ball. She keeps like, her nose, she keeps like moving my hand, like, why aren't you petting?
Oh, that's a dachshund trait for sure.
Right. Right. Yeah.
Dan, let me know if that sentence didn't make sense, because I stopped and started it about 6 times.
Haha, you're fine.
Excited to people?
Hi, boo boo. Hi, booby boo.
Yeah, but you're over there. You're over
Ooh, okay, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Got an idea. I just need to create a word for it. I could just be lame and use that. That might actually be. Okay, I'm just gonna be lame, but it's still alright.
I'm sure it's not lame, right? It's simple.
Yes,
like when I
thank you.
screw up cooking, when I'm like cooking and it looks like a hot mess, I'm like, it's rustic. It's rustic.
Nice. It's an early recipe.
Yeah, it's rustic.
It's amazing.
Oh man. Oh.
So I was talking to my friend who already went through engineering school and everything on Discord just now, and was telling him about how my final went and how like I was like, yeah, there's 20 minutes left. I had checked my work and everything, so I turned it in and breathed for the first time in 2 weeks. And and he goes, oh yeah, look for those moments where you can finally breathe. I was like, shit.
Oh.
He's like, there's gonna be more of that. I'm like, well, great. So excited for school. You gotta do what you gotta do, though. Anyway.
Yeah.
So sorry I killed them, guys. Days.
No, don't be sorry at all. Hey, I wanted you to know, have you tried the Barrel of Monks, the Wizard Wit yet? From
Is it a wit beer?
Yeah, from Boca Raton.
I have not. But that's not only local, but my type of beer. I'll have to check it out.
I know. And there's a wizard on it. Marketing.
You're a wizard, Harry.
You're a wizard.
Oh yeah? Have you had this tea before? No, because it's only local to my city. So
well,
I just wanted to be involved in the conversation.
Well, now we have to go visit. We have to go visit now.
Can y'all read that? It says a drink. Hold on.
You
Okay,
keep
hold
moving. A drink worth something.
Hold on. So I had these made for my bridesmaids. It's too much of a glare, but it's a drink worth fighting for, and it has Mulan right here.
Oh,
that's
amazing.
And it's purple. And I mean, it's been over a month, and I'm just now drinking from.
Oh. You know what's funny is I was not like a big I mean, I'm a romantic person, I think, but not like crazy. So, and then all of my friends got married, and I was like, "Fuck, I love weddings." Like weddings are just so you get all your friends together, and everybody's happy, and everybody's like all lovey-dovey and shit. And I have so much shit from all their weddings.
Oh, that's awesome.
I stole one of the girls. When two of my friends got married, they had bouquets, so they had beers like wrapped in fake flowers that the girls walked down the aisle with, and then they got to drink them at the end of the ceremony. And I stole one, and then I have like literally a stack of like coasters that were on the tables that said like so and so's wedding.
To have and to hold and to keep your beer cold. Yeah, and that's why we did cookies for ours, so people could like eat them and not have them.
Yeah.
Well, it's been wonderful. Well, first of all, my dog eats them, and second of all, it's been wonderful because with a stack that high, we just throw them on our bar, and whenever somebody grabs a beer, we're just like, here, like, oh, it's on the bar.
There you go.
It's super convenient. But
yeah, it's better than the time I stole a rocking chair at a wedding. I mean, I gave it back. Don't worry. I was so drunk.
That's awesome.
I was so drunk.
I need this.
I like this rocking chair, honey. Let's go.
What was this?
I was with friends, and I was like, pull the car around, and I just like started to carry this rocking chair on my back, and putting it in the back of the car. And she was like, "What are you doing? You were so drunk."
I need to party with you.
For real, I need some of that rocking chair stealing action in my life.
I have not gotten that bad with you, or you've not gotten that bad with me. But you are a blast when you're drunk.
Nice.
I usually have to drive home, so I try and be an adult.
Semi-responsible.
I really have to get down there and visit y'all because I feel like I would have a blast drinking and playing games, board games, and other games and stuff.
You know when I get that bad?
To be honest, it doesn't happen. Yeah. Go to a con with us is really the better thing to do because I think when you visit us, like especially because we live here and it's home, like we aren't on vacation and you are. So I think it would be much more boring for you to visit us versus all of us going to a con together.
Yes.
That would because then all of us are on vacation. We're all somewhere. We all want to have a good time.
I like it.
As opposed to like, oh man, tomorrow I have to go to work.
Right. Yeah. Screw that. All right. So I sent a follow-up. I'm so sorry that I blanked on that.
I'm so sorry. No.
You're fine. No. Okay. All right. I guess we'll jump back to it. We put our tweedly-diddly-dee back in here. All right. Ricardo dead. Island lead before you. Yeah. Word of a shell that helps keep that thing around. The Druids love it. And he tried to break it, and they were like, we all gonna kill you?
I wish we had thought of the charm person a little earlier.
Nice.
So that instead of going up to him and casting web and all that, we could have just thrown him off the mountain to begin with.
Well, but this was more fun. I got to use my dagger of venom.
Yeah.
So
I mean, that is kind of
No regrets.
No regrets.
No regrets.
No regrets.
Hashtag no regrets.
Nice.
No regrets.
That's actually why Aga always keeps his armor on. He has no regrets across his chest.
I just can't take it off. It's magic.
Yeah, it's magic.
I am no
longer. That really scrolly type, all caps. Yeah.
It's actually just an infernal. Infernal. It looks really badass, but then when somebody reads it, they're like, "Wait, regrets?
No regrets."
No.
Well, I will tell you guys that I had to think about it a minute, but his story kind of checks out. There was some organizations a couple years ago that started sailing ships out of Ikram, trying to find a place that similar to what he described. A lot of money was poured into it, so I don't think that they would do that much on just a whim.
Well, I feel like we knew he was telling the truth because we charmed him. So
I am useful.
Pretty fair to know that he's telling the truth, though. Nice to corroborate it. Let's go find this shell.
Sure.
I don't know. Do we want to try talking to the druids about perhaps alternate methods as opposed to just straight up breaking their shell?
Yeah, I think that would go over better if we start with that.
Also, if we talk to them and are friendly. Well, I mean, I don't really care if they're sassy as long as they can be reasoned with. He was obstinate as fuck.
Right.
But I also feel like if we can be friendly first and like be like, hey, like, do you guys need help after that fucking tsunami? Maybe we can actually figure out how many there are and what their, abilities are, and if we have to get into a fight, at least we'll be a little bit better informed.
Cool.
Anyway, let's take one more short rest while I cast Rare's telepathic bond again, because it only lasts for an hour. So I will do that to make sure. Actually, let's do it at the bottom of the mountain, because I don't know how long that climb is going to take. So let's do it at the bottom once we get down towards the bottom.
Okay. While you're doing your short rest, I'm going to...
It's just actually 10 minutes, but...
Well, you hush. Okay, it's going to take me 10 minutes to send a message to Tassos. Via sending stone.
Only 50 words.
Write it in the sand and make sure you're not using too many words. Right over your picture of Tassos' butt so nobody else can see it, because that ass is yours.
Yeah. She's going to write down mine.
Nice. Ray has definitely seen this.
I took out like the more details have been erased, but that ass needs to stay there forever.
Nice.
You know what? Whatever. It's been a while.
What are you gonna do?
Been a while.
It's been a while. I don't really have anything put together for this, but it's just going to be a very quick touch base. Hey, we try to return to Pele. Didn't end up well. We almost died in an ocean with a big old monster. Trying to find our way back. And I have a new pet. That's it.
That's amazing.
You may respond to this message.
Just roll a percentile die for me, if you would.
43.
Okay. All right. I actually have to roll a couple of... all right, you get a message back that says, oh, another pet. Well, I can't wait to meet it. Just like that. Oliver has gotten huge.
Baby.
I'm glad you're all right. But of course you are. Get that sweet ass home soon. That's it. I have to roll another one. All right.
Are you telling me that sending works, but transport via plant doesn't work through this storm? I'm salty.
Nice. You're still in the same corner of the quadrant.
Oh, no,
of the road. Yeah. And it has a chance of failing. Thankfully, in fact, I think the first one took a couple days to get through to y'all. Or was that something different? Maybe that was somewhere else you were. Rhea, you also get one from Tassos.
Okay.
That's updated. Nice stuff. All right, you're able to make your way down the mountain. Reset up. Oh, good. Yep.
Actually, before we did that, can Aga, can you listen while you're doing your Rory's thing? Okay. All right. So, while Thaxel's busy sending messages to her boy toy,
well, we're more than that now. We've reached another level.
We are not talking about that right now. You don't want to see me mad. All right. She will. I
thought we were family or something, and now I feel like this is a hostile situation.
We're not having this discussion on an island in the middle of nowhere. She will kind of turn to Ari and Aga and say, I know both of you have sort of confided in me what's going on between the two of you, and I reached out and got a few things to try and help. I think that I'll give one to each of you, and you might be able to share, but she'll hand each of you a scroll. And Aga, yours is a non-detection spell scroll. Mm-hmm. And Aries is a magic circle. Scroll.
Oh, wow. Thank you.
Just in case.
It saves. Oh, she'll.
I'm sorry. Did you say magic circle?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so excited.
Mm-hmm. I don't like to leave things to chance. So
I will hand my scroll to Ari and allow her to scribe both of the spells into her ritual book, because I think they're both rituals, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's why
she has hers. And so while I'm casting Rary's the telepathic thing, she can scribe it, and then I'm assuming that Ari would let me scribe both of them in my spell book.
Sure.
And I'll actually give mine back to Rhea and say, if you ever need it, you can use the scroll. I've got it forever. After we, have time to scribe it down.
Thanks. I'm not so good with these, but it's good to have it as a thing in your back pocket, right?
Always good to have an ace in the hole.
That's right. All right.
Speaking of which, before we leave, that fucker was casting. I'm going to pick up a rock and cast light on it and kind of use it like a flashlight and search his little den that he was living in and see if I can find any spell components, food, anything he left behind. Maybe if he was a merchant, maybe he dragged some magic items with him.
Yeah.
How far do you want to walk? You begin walking to the cave and it's more darkness
until I see an obvious living space, because if he's been there for a while, he'd feel like he would have set up a bed or some makeshift version of a bed. I feel like I'd be able to tell where he was living, and I would check out where he was living.
Gotcha. You walk in probably a good, maybe 60 feet, nothing too far, and numerous pathways open up into the cave. You're welcome to pursue some or to, try and track or anything like that if you want.
Okay, I will. I'm not very good at tracking, but my owl might be. So I will bamf the owl on.
Okay.
I'll be like, see if you can track where he was. Go check out his living space, okay? And I'll put the glowing rock in the owl's talon. It'll do its thing.
Okay.
No, it's talon, Dan.
Sorry, I've got issues. Flies off and begins searching the myriad caveways, tunnels to find the location. What do you want
do I have to make a roll, or?
You can do an investigation check if you want.
For the owl? Or
For the owl. Mm-hmm.
Oh boy, I don't have the owl stats pulled up.
It's also a time investment too. Let me know how much time you want to spend. That'll affect the.
The owl can spend as much time as it wants. We can go do something else.
Okay.
And it can just come report to me when it's done. So, I really feel no need to stay there. I just wanted to check it out, and it can tell me what it found.
Okay.
And if I need it, I can like bamf it.
Gotcha.
I'll make the roll. It's not great. It's 8 plus whatever for the owls.
Oh, I can probably take it. Sorry.
You said investigation?
Yes.
Is that intelligence?
Yeah, it is.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit! Damn it, Dan.
Oh, I just pulled up the owl. Yeah. Yeah, I mean it's going to be busy. It's not going to find anything, but you can keep it looking around as long as you'd like. It's getting lost in the.
Yeah, I mean, I'll probably let it keep searching while we do the climb down the mountain, and then once we get to the bottom and like I want it to keep an eye out and help me look for the druids, I'll probably dismiss it and then poof and then send it on a circling pattern.
Okay.
But nothing longer than a short rest, basically.
Okay. All right. Nice half. So you make your way carefully down the mountainside, and take a short rest at the bottom. A lot of debris again, a lot of trees uprooted, smashed, pulled, dragged over, mud and slosh on the ground, mixed with different plant life, some marooned fish here up on land, now dead. What do you want to do after your short rest?
Roll hit dice.
How far did the huts look from the base of where it was when I was doing my circling?
Let's see. So the northwestern part of the island, you saw some right by the shore, which is right, where the strait is, where the channel is between that and the bigger island. And there were some near-ish, maybe just like a 15-minute walk west of where you're sort of in the center of this island. So there's you could walk. Actually, you're a little bit west of the center, but you can go head west like 15 minutes. You can head southeast like 20 minutes and encounter a couple. There's something up the eastern seaboard too.
Okay. I will relay those locations to the group. Should we go to the one that's close to the channel? Do you think that's where they keep the...
I think we should go interact with them before we go looking for the shell. Because I think if we go straight for the shell, I feel like that will look bad.
Yes, it would.
And if there's an alternative way to do it, I'd rather not fight a druid circle. That's a pretty tough fight. Yeah.
Dan, did any of them look... I mean, I know they were all devastated, but did any of them look larger than any of the others?
Maybe not larger. The smallest one was actually the one on the northwestern by the channel.
Oh, okay.
The one where you take like 15 minutes to walk westward is probably the biggest that you saw.
Okay. All right. So to the biggest one then?
Yeah. Can I make a suggestion that I leave this just in case?
Yeah.
Cool.
Should I change into something that's more druidic?
Do you have something that looks a little more druidic? It may help.
Gonna snap her fingers, even though she doesn't have to, and have the whole dress turn into like more of like a glittery green gown.
Nice. I've always imagined that when she does it, she jazz hands.
Oh, of course.
She like
there's always a flourish.
Yeah,
it's awesome.
Is this better?
Yeah. That'll do. That'll do.
Aga will like pull on his armor and go, "The shit's not coming off."
Yeah, I can't help you with that. Random question though. One day. How's my because it hasn't been a full day. How's my bite?
I was about to ask that too.
Hasn't been a full day yet, right? You said.
I don't think so.
Because it happened just before or the night before.
Just before we
rest. You can do like a medicine
it's been a full day,
right?
It's been a full day.
Okay, because I think you rested.
If it at nighttime today, it will have been a full day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because Because you
It
got
happened
bit.
right before bed. Yeah.
You got bit before you went to bed. Then you went to bed. Then I think we slept in town too, didn't we? Because we traveled all the way back to town, and then we spent the night to make sure we had all our spell slots and everything back.
We slept in like a forest, wooded area.
Right outside the cave. But I thought when we got to town, we also spent the night there. Because I seem to remember What's-His-Face leaving and saying, I'll meet up with you tomorrow.
I thought we
Or did
stayed
he
in the
just say,
woods.
meet up with you later? I don't remember.
I thought he said we were going to stay the night at his place and then leave in the morning, but we never went back to his place.
Right.
We just
That must have been
transported
what it
via
was.
plants.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's okay. Yeah.
Okay, don't listen to me then. Terrible
We
memory.
rudely left without saying goodbye.
We vamped.
Then we almost died. Ugh.
That's what you get for listening to me.
Fun times.
So okay, it's been a day.
All right. So you begin. Are you heading off then to the? Your bite. I'm sorry. Do medicine check, Axel.
Medicine? Does it? Oh,
yeah,
well,
just to see.
I'm halfway decent at
looks.
that. Oh, cool. God, I can't. 22.
Okay. Wounds are healing up pretty nicely. Again, it wasn't to do damage, so that it was a puncture wound, but nothing too bad. It is healing up nicely. No signs of infection.
Cool.
All right.
All right. Yeah, I guess we're all that probably.
You said it was 1 in the afternoon, so it's like midday.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And is there a perpetual storm over us?
Oh, the storm is terrible. There's over the island. It seems to be just cloudy, like partly cloudy. There's no sun coming through. It's diffuse sky, but it's white clouds that are thin.
So you can't actually see the sky.
Correct. It storms over the ocean and.
Okay.
Oh wait, does this weather seem unnatural?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Cool. All right.
Very.
So I'm sorry, I totally, like I said, terrible memory.
No worries.
The locations that we scouted out, there was one on the eastern seaboard. There's one, oh God.
Southeast, one to the
Southeast.
west, that's the largest, and one to the northwest, that's right by the channel up to the bigger island. That's the smallest.
Did we say west or northwest?
And what were
west
those?
for the biggest.
Okay.
What were the points of interest? Were they like movement and people? Or...
Some huts were spotted. So Ray is kind of going off of the grouping of huts, the number of huts. But all of them showed some signs of activity as they're clearing sludge and trees and other things out.
Why don't we pick the one that's got is the closest to the other island? That's where we want to go.
I mean, that's what I said, but...
Okay, hell yeah.
I
Okay.
heard northwest.
Rhea should be in charge. Shit.
How about leaving?
I'll let you get to that conclusion yourself. I really don't care. We can either go to the one with the biggest, because that might be the head of the tribe, or we could go to the smallest one and just try and talk our way across the channel. It's up to you guys.
We can rock, paper, scissors it.
I'm sorry, Horsey made a terrible pun. I was busy recovering.
I
had to roll my eyes, and my eyes almost fell out of their sockets.
That's what happens when you scissor it. Yeah.
Stop!
God damn it, Dan.
Okay, I'm sorry.
You scared Thaxel away, and that's a hell of an accomplishment. But I mean, I vote northwest because I want to get close to the other island and at least get a view of, like, he said, Dan, you said channel. How far away is this other island? Because channels are not terribly large most of the time.
It's effectively a strait.
Okay, that's a little
there.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So is it like visible on the horizon, or is it like a reachable distance? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Like, I mean, you wouldn't be able to swim it, but if you had a boat or you could fly, you could probably fly it given the flight speeds.
Okay.
I can swim. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Actually,
I could swim.
Speed.
Y'all are thinking about getting back in that water?
I mean, I'm not.
I'm
Why
just
don't we just
shocked.
go talk to the people? Let's go talk to the
Yeah.
peoples.
Let's go.
All right.
The beautiful
Northwest?
people. The beautiful people. Yeah,
Northwest.
that one. Oh, I'm really good at directions. Yes.
Also,
that one.
Dan,
Yeah.
I would have collected a little bit of our newly found friend's blood on the way down the climb in a vial. And I would probably use that for a ritual later.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Make an investigation check. Are you looking for like splotches where he bounced? Or are you
Oh, no,
looking for
I was
the body?
looking for like a chunk of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, go make an investigation check if you would.
It's 11 plus 15.
Okay. You feel sure that you should be able to find a chunk or at least a smear of this guy? Nothing. Even at the bottom where you saw his body flop down to? Nothing.
Not even like a blood trail, like it got dragged away or eaten or something?
Mm-hmm.
No, we just killed Jesus.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Now,
That's a little odd. In the area where I know I saw his body fall, can I just stand there and just like detect magic as a ritual, right?
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
Do you guys mind taking like 10 more minutes just to make sure?
sure. Can we all like get back to back? Just make sure we're not going to be jumped.
Yeah.
That was so annoying.
I would like to cast detect magic.
Okay. All right, what's that? 10 minutes plus 6 seconds? 6 seconds? or
Yeah.
whatever? Okay.
Yeah.
Let's just see what comes up. Ooh. Gosh, let me just roll one for timing. Okay. So you're able to finish a spell. You hear some rustling nearby, but you're able to finish the spell first. And you found the area where, A, you know they should have landed. B, you can see some, there's a lot of broken stuff down here, but kind of freshly in the mountainside where it bottoms out, some broken things that, broken branch, slightly broken branch, broken, nothing. Just back to normal branches. Long before it should have stopped. Then you hear, actually, Rhea and Thax will make perception checks if you would, because you two were keeping watch.
Motherfucker cast Featherfall.
Nat 20.
Does Featherfall have a somatic component? Because
Sure.
he was still bound. His hands were still...
Oh, your manacles. It wasn't Featherfall. Not that you know that, but just so you know it as a player, so you don't think I'm dipping in.
28. Oh, sorry, 28.
29.
Oh, damn! All right, you two hear as Aga's wrapping up, rustling around you. A number of bodies approaching. A number of people, creatures of some sort approaching.
I get in a ready stance.
Probably the druids if it's multiple. I'm not too worried about it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still getting in a ready stance. Like, people.
Ray will stand with her hands out. So
Yeah, Aga's going to
unassuming.
fold his arms and just kind of relax a little bit.
Okay. A number
Because he's
ahead,
trying to look non-threatening.
Okay. All right. A handful, like half a dozen tribal-looking folks push through some of the shrubs there and undergrowth. Blakatek. Two.
Is that druidic?
It's druidic. Yep. So they're looking at assessing Thaxel and Rhea. They're sort of, this one probably not a druid. But Rhea kind of maybe dresses like one. Yeah. And Thaxel, they kind of recognize that nature magic about her. So Thaxel, anyway, you understand, and unless you hear the language being spoken, I know your wizard is Aga, and in case you have anything that you want to do with that.
It does not look like I have comprehend languages, so I will have to find that somewhere else.
You didn't know we were going to get stuck on an island today?
Nice.
Come on.
Damn it, Babby.
Well, I don't even have it in my spell book. It's not even.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Because it's a ritual, so I could take 10 minutes. Just kidding.
Nice. 1 minute here. 10. So Thaxel, you understand. You are not from this island. Who are you, and what do you want?
I respond back in Druidic. My friends and I almost got swallowed up by that creature in the ocean. We were trying to get back home. And magic took a wrong turn, and now we're here. We're just trying to find a way back home.
Where is home?
Thosserel.
They kind of talk to one another.
It's a continent that's way on it. Yeah. We were teleported over to what's its face? Woodrun?
That's the name of the village,
They
not the
talk
continent.
again. No. What circle do you belong to?
The moon. What circle are
A
y'all?
couple of them kind of nod. Many here on the island. I am of the moon.
Oh,
Do you and your companions need food? Water?
I mean, I think we would be grateful for some food and water, if that's not too much to ask.
We are in a time of need, but always willing to share. If one of us has not, then we all have not.
Why are you in a time of need?
The great creature off the island did great damage
All right.
to our village.
Yeah, does that thing normally come on this island? Like, does it?
Phrasing.
It washed the whole thing away.
I just heard it. Stop, so innocent.
There's a huge wave just boom right into the face of the island.
Not again. Yeah, that's awesome.
Let me rephrase. Good God.
That's the mustard
no.
cream pie, this island. No, that's not better. That's not better.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, sorry.
God.
The rich white surf hits the ground.
Nice. Oh, so salty. Okay.
Gives a whole new meaning to white caps, bro.
Nice. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Love it.
Don't choke on it.
That's amazing.
We gotta stop.
Okay. No. Only those that venture out.
Okay. Cool. I don't. You lost my whole train of thought.
Oh, Horsey's not helping either.
Mm-mm.
Quit it. Quit.
Can I cast Bless on Tasha
Yeah. Nice.
so she can get through this?
We would, my friends and I would appreciate any accommodations you are willing to provide for us, but don't put yourselves out. Okay.
We can offer some food and water, and if you're willing to help restore some huts, a place to keep yourself from the weather.
Okay, I think that's doable. Thank you. Do we just need to follow y'all back?
Yes, but what are your plans to return?
That's what we're trying to figure out. Obviously, my spell backfired. So we need... I can either repeat what we did and go back to that place, Wood Run. We have another means, but we just need to get back there. But I need to rest in order to perform that spell again. Or if you have another way off this island.
We do not leave the island. The creature is both protector and warden.
Oh.
Keeps others away, but also keeps us here.
So you're prisoners?
We've always lived here, as many generations back as is written. We do not feel prisoners. We enjoy our lives here. We're truly one with nature.
Yeah, but I'm truly one with nature in Vosserel, and I don't have someone preventing me from traveling the world.
It is our way of life.
If you were able to get off the island, would you?
I would not, but perhaps there would be some that would consider that. There's a tribe in the northwest of this island that bars the way. They worship the creature, considered not only a protector, but a deity.
Druids worshipping a deity. That's interesting.
They believe it to be an ancient creature of nature. We believe it to be ancient, yes, but something of the gods or magic.
He seems like a cruel and unjust god to me if he is a deity. What about the big island across the way? I kind of like motion on the horizon. What's over there?
The birds speak of a small civilization, towns growing up, new buildings, new areas being explored.
Huh. Okay. Well, let me relay this information to my comrades, and we'll follow you to your home and help you rebuild a little.
Yes. Turns and gives you some privacy.
And I relay everything.
I was muted, but I feel like you were probably relaying it the whole time with the telepathic on.
Oh, probably.
Yeah.
She can still put on a show, so that way they don't know that it was telepathic.
There you go.
That's fair.
Pretend to say some stuff. Yeah.
Listen, smarty pants. Stop having good ideas.
Doug is having a good idea. Let him shine. So we help them build. We get some food. And I want to try to convince some of them to come with us, if possible.
For anything in particular, or just... Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know what that was. For anything in particular, or just to give them an option out?
Just to give them an option out. I don't like how they're being held here. Against that creature. I don't appreciate a creature with that much power dominating an island and then destroying it and not doing anything to clean it up. It's so rude.
All right.
Are these the druids that have the shell?
I did not mention a shell.
Do they worship the creature?
The Northwest tribe mainly does. So they sound a little cocky to me. Pretentious. Idol worshippers. I don't, they sound too snobby to me. I like this tribe better. That's just me.
Okay. Well,
I think, it's just a thought. We rebuild, help them a little. They give us food and water. I can sleep, and then we know the spell at least got us here. What if we try to use it to go back?
we could.
And then find the fucking Baron. But if we have druids come with us, we have an army. More people against the Baron. Just in case.
Why wouldn't the druids just stay in the first continent we bring them to?
They have every right. They could.
I'm just saying, if I were a druid leaving a island, the instant I saw something that was nature outside of the island and didn't have me restricted there, I would start there. And then I would move from place to place until I figured out where I wanted to stay.
I will say that the last
That wasn't
continent we
Aga.
were on.
That was Robert. Don't listen.
Well, yeah, that last continent didn't seem very hospitable to outsiders.
Exactly.
I am okay with whatever plan we want. I will just say that if we go straight back to Woodrun Village, then our only option is to go directly to the Baron. If there's another way home, I'd rather take that, but it is what it is.
I mean, I'm afraid to try anything else again. It seems like we were blocked.
Sure.
I don't
If
want
the
to put us at
druids
risk again.
or if the druids or this other civilization, someone here doesn't have an option, then we got to go back through the trees.
You want to try to go to the Big Island?
I think if we can get to the Big Island, then we can probably get... If we can get to the Big Island, there will be trees there. So if there's no way out of the Big Island, then we can do the tree thing.
We'll see what the druids say.
I like
What?
that plan.
What
I will
race
say-
are these druids? Out of curiosity.
Well, there's a number of different races you see here. There's human. There are some half elves. Mostly, there's wood elves are easily identifiable, but there looks like some others that maybe were high elves at some point, generations and generations ago, that have just had kids with wood elves and other races. So it's sort of an in-between. I think those are the most common that you'd see here.
Okay.
Really fast, Rhea would telepathically say, think of a safe word. If things are going down, I think-
Pineapple.
all right.
I was going to
We
say
say,
banana.
oh, shit. Well,
We
that'll
both
be our
went for-
call and response.
We both
One
went
person
for
says-
fruit.
One
Well-
person says pineapple. Everyone else will say banana. We'll take hands, and Thaxa will walk us through a tree. I think that's all right. Back to
mean,
Woodrun. If things go
that's-
south.
That's our safe word. So that was the first thing that popped in my head.
All right, we're just using banana. All right, let's go.
Really, it's best to use the stoplights. No, I'm just
Nice.
I'm not going to remember Banana Rhea. It's not going to happen.
Banana was Aga.
I know.
Yeah, but
Pineapple's fine. Pineapple's fine.
No, pineapple is not fine anymore. Banana.
well, in the moment, we'll see what comes out of my mouth.
Depends on what goes in, I guess. Awesome.
Why do you keep doing this to yourself?
No, it was actually on purpose.
That's awesome. All right.
There's no such thing as mistakes. Just happy relaxing.
Nice. That's a birth control ad.
Oh my god.
No, man. It's a Bob Ross reference.
No, I know. I was just being silly. Yeah.
How are you going to taint Bob Ross, Dan?
Don't you dare.
Not his fuzzy head.
May he rest in peace.
May he rest in peace. Cheers, Bob.
All right. So the druids lead you to their little tribe, whatever, village. Yeah, there we go. And it is in a lot of disarray, but they offer you some food and some drink. And are assuming you're helping out a little bit?
Yeah.
Okay. Aga will do pretty much anything, and he'll find like all the heavy lifting they need to get done.
Okay.
And he'll like polymorph like giant ape and move it for him.
Nice. Excellent.
He'll try and be exceedingly helpful.
Okay. And that is, yeah, especially once you polymorph and they can appreciate some of that with those that use their wild shape and stuff. But it's super helpful as you do that, and you're able to carry a lot of that heavy stuff around, put it where it needs to be. Ultimately, the evening will roll around. Well, I'll say it's a few hours of manual labor. And you're fed before and you're fed after. It's evening time, maybe 6:30. When you're fed, you're like a full-on dinner. And you're all sort of sitting around a campfire. They have some fire-based wood fire ovens and some other things, all built into like adobe shacks. Yeah, but they have like a central village set of campfires with stones for benches to sit around and chat.
Oh God.
So as we're all kind of sitting around the fire, I'm assuming some of these druids speak some version of Common.
You haven't heard any Common yet.
Any Common. So literally, I'm just
isolated.
talking with Lorea and Thaxel. They don't speak Common. Okay, well.
I could ask.
I just wanted to see if Aga had any conversations with any of the druids. But with or without any of that, he would have said to Rhea and Thaxel as they sat down, he'd have been like, the time I've spent away from hell it's been easy. Way easier than hell. It's made me soft.
You saying you're a softie now?
No. Saying I'm not as scared to make uninformed decisions.
Oh.
I didn't even stop to think about the storm or the separation of continents, even though I was aware of it. Didn't think to say anything. It was foolish.
I mean, if that's your apology to not listening to my gut, then I completely and fully accept it.
We weighed the risks. And I can understand holding yourself to a higher standard, Aga, and I appreciate that. But if you carry this, it's only going to make you more dull. It's only going to cloud your mind more. You got to let
More
it go.
careful. There's nothing wrong with being careful.
No. You know me. There's nothing wrong with being careful.
I don't think I was in this situation, but not bad advice not to carry it around too much. Overthinking is a problem too.
Well, we won't know how careful we were until we find out exactly what's going to happen with the Baron. Who knows? This could have been the absolute best way to get home.
And your life. It's fine.
Yeah, we all made it through.
Uh-huh.
Actually, Aga, speaking of the hills, can I have a quick conversation with you?
Without me? I'm going to talk to my new friends.
Wait. How does Rory's telepathic bond? Can I tell Daxel something without the rest of everybody hearing, or do we all hear?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So.
The way it's worded, it's very much sounds like it's your choice whether or not you want to communicate. So
Okay. She will telepathically tell Daxel, I need you to stay with Aerie. Aerie can't. I need Aerie to not be a part of the convo.
She just gives a nod.
Little.
Hey, Aerie!
Hi.
How's it going?
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
I want some wine.
You want some wine?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Aga will go, oh, here, and he'll hand her a cup. And as he grabs it, he'll prestidigitation it to taste like wine.
Oh.
But it's not actually wine.
Nice.
Aww.
Thank you, Aga.
That's
Gives you a nod. So what was that thing you sculpted?
well, honey.
When you're older.
Yeah. The human form, the half-elven form. So Ray will sort of motion for us to not be near the group so that they for sure cannot overhear any of this.
Okay.
Aga, when you first came to us, you indicated that, I don't know, you wouldn't mind making a deal to try and alleviate yourself from the situation you're in. Well, I had an inkling of how I might be able to do that for you, but I wanted to confirm that it was even going to be possible. And, well, Tassos got back with me today that contact is going to be an option. So I guess my question to you is, I know you've thrown around a lot of ideas, but would you want an option that breaks you free of this and it just costs a lot of money, not a soul?
I think before this, and he'll gesture at like the island and the ocean and the storm. And today, I would have jumped on that, paid you whatever you wanted, and made it happen. He'll take a second just to be sure, and he'll cast non-detection because he doesn't want Mephistopheles listening to this, and he knows that Ray has got mind shielding, and with non-detection that should pretty much protect them from everything. And he'll go, I would not have lived through that air and judgment without the rest of you, including Aerie. And Aerie's tied to the same person now.
That's the reason I'm offering this to you. Because...
Will it work for her? I
don't know if it'll work for her. But I don't know what it is about her, but I care about the little thing. And anything I can do to make breaking her bonds easier, I'll do it. So I'm not asking for you to write me a check. I'm saying that if you're looking for the protection of my family and to work off that debt, we'd be willing to find it. If that also means you would be free of him and therefore can help us save her.
I'm in.
All right.
She's helping hers free, though.
I'm glad to hear that. She's special, even before all this. I don't know why, but she is. Well, I'll let Tassos know to go
Checking
ahead and
more
make the
details
contact.
while we're free of
Declan?
watchers.
She'll extend her hand.
He'll extend his. I mean,
Okay, shake. Yeah.
Mm.
We've found a bondsmith, and it's been a contact that we've been looking for a long time, and we thought that they were legends, but Tassos found one. Now, Tassos doesn't know the reason that I'm looking for one. You know, honestly, he doesn't know a lot, but you know, more for his own safety than anything. So,
I
like said,
imagine being in the bedroom with Axel's much the same.
yeah, yeah.
I just thought I'd ruin the conversation with that image for you.
Oh, thanks. You know, it's funny. It doesn't really bother me as much as I let on. It's just fun to tease Daxel back.
Fair enough.
But I also don't want, you know, pillow talk to become. I mean, because honestly, you've met Daxel. She's great, but if she thinks she can get something out of the information, she does not understand how a family like ours works. At least not yet. But yeah, so we're looking for a bondsmith, or we found a bondsmith, and that's what we'll use. So once we, I guess, deal with the Baron and the phylactery, we can start taking steps to, I don't know, get rid of all this. It'll be strange.
Well, hopefully we don't completely get rid of it. I think the material might be worth something, but I'd like to remove the curse.
That makes sense.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I've said that a lot. I've never really meant it. This time I do.
Well, you're welcome. I don't mean that very often either, but I do.
All right. Let's find a hut. I'm fucking tired.
Yeah, agreed.
Turns out you can be a monkey all you want. You're still tired when you get rid of it. My shoulder.
Nice. All right, I'm gonna say just to keep it zipping along, y'all have a good night or a full rest. So let me go ahead and do that in fantasy rounds.
You've had a long rest?
Long rest, yep.
What?
You'll sleep, overnight. You'll wake in the morning, have a little more food, and what would you like to do with a new day before you here in this ghost island?
Discuss what spells I should be preparing.
Nice.
I'd say be ready for combat, just in case we have to go ham on this shell.
Yeah. meta, Ari and I can handle like conversations without the magic. So don't worry about it.
I think that a couple of the druid elders would warn you, Thaxel, like if you're pursuing the larger island, try to avoid the tribe in the northwest. If they see anyone not native to the island, they will attack.
Can't even communicate with them? That's disappointing.
Oh, I have wind walk.
Ooh.
It can like be clouds.
You have 6 level spells now, don't you?
I only have 1. So we either use it to transport via plants, or we can wind walk to the island.
Nice.
Windwalk is perfect for that, isn't it? Isn't it like 6 hours or something like that? And you get like
8
a ridiculous
hours.
move
8 hours.
speed. Ridiculous move speed.
I just need holy water.
Oh,
I'm a
guess who can
cleric.
make you some?
I know.
Guess who makes holy water? Because she has
Nice.
ceremony now.
Awesome.
Adam, create water for me. I will make you some holy water.
That is so cool.
I don't think I can create water. I think that's a second level. I don't have second.
Oh yeah, don't waste a spell on it. We'll just go get water from the ocean.
But ceremony, I think, is first level.
Mhm.
I could prepare that too. Dope. Look at us, bro.
Nice.
But but we gotta remember with windwalk, reverting takes like a minute, and you are incapacitated and can't move. And until the spell ends, you can revert to cloud form, which also requires a 1-minute transformation. What? Anyways, like
You can change back and forth, but it costs a minute, and you have to be like not moving.
Yeah. So just
check.
You know. So
We'll be alright. We'll be
what
alright.
would you like?
I think Windwalk's probably the best plan because then we
It's
can just
dope.
fly way up in the clouds.
Mm-hmm.
Yo,
Yeah.
8 hours. What's the move speed?
300 feet flying speed. Keep in mind it has resistance to damage from non-magical weapons. The only options it can take, of course, is dash or revert to normal form, and that creature's still alerted to around the island with that, or at least that's what Ricardo was saying. The whole thing was that there's a tribe that has that shell that keeps the creature around the island instead of patrolling out in the waters with a storm. I just want you to be prepared. I'd hate to set you up without saying anything.
Oh God.
We could go up the mountain. We could go kill Ricardo before we leave that mountain because that motherfucker's probably back in his cave now.
Mm-hmm.
We have to.
It'd be kind of satisfying. I want to break his legs.
I thought you did.
I thought I did too. I thought we watched him fall down the mountain and like splat. But apparently not.
Yeah, I have to say it's a little annoying he got away.
Yeah. I kind of just want to go finish him off and then go fly off the peak of the mountain. Plus, it's kind of a cool goodbye, like goodbye, missed up off the mountain, like that'd be kind of dope. Which was Robert and not Aga speaking.
Nice.
Aga is the one talking about how he wants to kill Ricardo. Robert thinks he was hilarious and a great NPC. I'm so sorry.
Yes.
I'm trying to kill him.
No,
Sorry,
that's
we killed him
amazing. That's
immediately.
fantastic. Yeah.
I'm just looking at my spells, so I'll keep talking. I can tree stride.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
In and out of trees. In and out of trees.
The only other thing that I just remind
See.
you of is the height of this creature.
Yeah.
That mountain is like a thumbtack to it.
Yeah, well, my thought is launch straight up. Go up to the top of the clouds. Go over the clouds, come back down.
Yeah, you could try.
But you could try.
I don't.
Dan, are you
Can
telling
I-
me
no.
this motherfucker is going to move through the clouds the way he did through the ocean? You're scaring me, Dan.
His head was pushing through the clouds as it had its torso to his stomach up in the water. This thing is massive.
What if we do lo-fi, okay? we're like a mist on the water, just nice and slow. You can't really tell. We're just kind of creeping across.
Nice, yeah.
Or
My thing is the whale. What was
walk.
the whale's movement speed?
Yeah.
The whale's movement speed was 90,
Yeah.
and you were triple dashing, which means you were
Yeah.
moving
a lot.
270 around. With
So we'd be moving 600.
Yeah, we'd be moving at 600 with it, so we could outpace the thing based on our previous experience with it.
Or we
The only
could
thing, okay.
water walk or water breathe. I have those available.
I don't want to
and those-
swim.
Okay, I have water walk that I can cast ritually, so it wouldn't take us to spot.
I don't know.
I'm trying to give you all the options here.
That sounds.
Wait. I know we don't do this. We shouldn't be doing this very often, but can we just get on our nightmares and do it through the ethereal plane? I know there's dangerous stuff in the ethereal plane, but
No,
yeah,
they can't.
no. Yeah, because they won't.
No, because they didn't
summon.
come. Remember when we
Oh,
first
that's right.
fell out
That's
and we
right.
tried? Yeah,
That's right.
Yeah, thanks, Dan.
it's not Dan's fault. We walked into this.
Would you hush? It's always Dan's fault. It's not Dan's
I was
fault.
giving Dan too much crap in the chat earlier, so now I have to be nice.
Oh, that's sweet. No, I appreciate it. I know when you're joking and stuff. It's funny.
Yeah, no, I know.
Do we really need to go to the other islands?
I feel like if we don't do the mist walk to get to the other island, I feel like we might as well just tree stride back and go see the Baron. Like, you know?
Tree stride is just within 500 feet. We would have to transport via plants.
But that's what I meant.
Yeah.
That's what I meant. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
We'd have to transport via plants and just go back to Woodrun Village and then go to the Baron. And just,
I mean,
I just really wanted time to investigate his network and really, like, not just like maybe not even kill him, to be honest. Like maybe just flip sides, make him flip sides.
Yeah, I mean, I will tell you guys, I had a conversation with him while we were there, and I mean, he seemed like despite what we know about him, a reasonable and honest businessman. And if I know
Reasonable and
businessmen,
honest businessmen can be bought.
yeah, they can be. But I don't want to walk into a situation and have someone get upset and then everything go to shit. I want to go in prepared.
Amen. Don't smile. Don't smile too. Wait, what did she say?
She's yelling. She's saying, "Go to the Baron."
That just means that next week we'd start with combat. I'm game.
if we even do.
What do you
Like,
guys
he could
want to
just be
do?
this, like, it could just be like he's like a pansy.
He's a fucking vampire.
If you know,
That shit ain't nothing to fuck with. Nothing.
well, I did get bit, so maybe I'm something now. I don't know.
Wait, so Daxel, your
Yes.
new friends don't have any way of getting to the other island.
I asked Giorgio, who I've been talking to.
No, the tribe in the northwest blocks any good launch point to make it over there. And the creature patrols.
That tribe is.
Okay. How big is this tribe in the northwest? Is it like
I don't have
this
exact
big?
numbers, but perhaps because there's a big difference. Perhaps less than 24. But
Just kill him. We can just kill him.
They have times where they hunt, and I imagine they are busy with repairs now, but none of us desire to leave the island.
No.
I was going to say heft is like my favorite descriptor for that. Like, what's the heft? Heft level. Okay.
I feel like I missed something.
Oh, yeah.
For Hollow being hilarious, yeah. Because we know that's where it's at.
God damn it. I didn't even... I'm blind as a bat. I literally was looking at it going, a tribe of tabaxis. What's the tribe? Like, I don't see any, because I was like scanning. Oh.
That's awesome.
Oh, yeah, that's something that is separate from the girth.
Yes.
I'll fill you in.
I don't know. I don't.
Okay, let's kill him. What's the worst we're gonna go up against? A Kraken priest? Let's go.
Yeah. I'm getting that feeling again.
Hey, remember what happened to that mummy in the cave? I mean, I know we had those other people with us, but really, we did the work.
Well, that's true.
Say it again for the kids in the chat.
I know. Love you guys.
Oh, it could.
Nice.
It could.
Tabaxi girth. Cats have hooked penises, so I hope not. Ugh.
God, we really don't.
They have like not hooked like a fun hook, like barbed. Yeah.
It's canon now. I'm stuck with it.
Please join us Sundays when we discuss this in more length.
Yeah.
Awesome. Length of girth, though.
Oh, heavens.
Okay, sorry. So, what do you want to do?
I don't want to go fight the Northwest.
We don't even really have to fight him.
Yeah. Do you remember the last time?
We just had a long rest. We could literally just run into there, find the shell, wall of force on the shell, which gives you 10 minutes to cast the mist thing, and then it gives Rhea and Aerie 10 minutes, although it gives me as well 10 minutes to destroy the shell. We break the shell, and then we fly away.
You know, they're druids, right?
Right. Can they fly 300 feet around? Can they fly 600 feet around? They ain't keeping up with us.
You don't know. Druids recycle through their spells every day.
I ain't scared of no druid. Except for Thaxel. I'm scared of Thaxel.
Okay, good. I'm glad we have that. You know.
Are you just protecting them because they're druids, Thaxel?
No.
I don't even want to kill them. Really, I just want to go break that shell and fly over to the other island. I mean, really, in all honesty, that monster has caused more problems for not just us, but everybody. Look at this island. This island almost got wiped out because he was just chasing something.
I know, that's not, but that's who they worship, and if that's what they want to do, then leave them be. And then maybe we could take some of the tribe here back with us. Like, save them. Save them from being held hostage on an island.
Are we all just trying to convince Thaxel to do this?
Aerie's like, whatever. I'm up for whatever.
Thaxel, are you doing this because that monster looks a whole lot like Shackles to you?
What? No. What? Like the good kind of shackles to where, like...
No, honey. You can stop dancing around it.
No. I love dancing around things. Like,
I can tell.
Like, pretty good.
Know.
All the bushes got washed away by the tsunamis. You can stop dancing.
No, I want to
rescue someone who you think looks like they're enslaved. How about you ask around and make sure that they actually feel like slaves first?
Well, Giorgio said he's cool with staying, but have I been talking to the other druids retconning?
Sure, I figured you were.
God damn it, Dan!
Sorry.
Damn
I'm
it!
trying to keep it to chat so I don't say it out loud.
I looked over and I'm like, no, fuck this shit. Polymorphosema. Oh.
I assume you were talking to them. You said you were talking to Rufio or whatever you called the first one.
Giorgio. You know. Because there was
Fabio.
a Ricardo.
Talking to Fabio. His flowing hair.
What you gonna do?
I'm gonna talk real fast. In Druidic, I say, if given a chance, I have means off of this island right now. I know you said you're okay with staying, but is anyone else that feels hostage would like to come?
We held conference early this morning. None showed interest, but if this is a permanent way off, then we will keep that option open to any who wish to take that in the future.
So you're okay with just staying here? With that thing in the ocean?
We have no need to leave the island.
It just tried to kill you, dude.
We're unsure why it did such a thing. Usually it does not encroach upon our island.
Maybe it was being the vengeful god that day. Who knows?
Perhaps.
Mm-hmm.
But it is part of nature, destruction and rebuilding, death and birth.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But your offer is truly appreciated. It is good to know that our children and children's children will have the option.
Well, you're welcome, I guess. Thank you for your hospitality. And I turn to the group. I really just want to go home. But I mean, if y'all really want to go risking your life again to cross a channel to get to an island that we know nothing about, then I'll do it.
We don't know nothing. We do know that there's actually civilization over there.
Yeah, but is it legit? Like, this is civilization right here. It's just in a different form.
I'm sorry, I misspoke. You are correct. There is civilization that could get us home over there.
And then what if... yeah, but what if they...
Actually, you're kind of thinking about the short term here. I know you want to get home, but what happens if we get home quickly and things go south with the Baron?
Well, things went south here.
We're still alive.
Also, we don't really know what direction we went. It could have been north.
I don't know. If that's what y'all want to do, I'll prepare my spell. Did I prepare it? I don't know if I prepared it. Yeah, I prepared it.
All right, you prepare your spell. Which spell are you preparing?
Windwalk.
Oh, okay. All right. So, what would y'all like to do? Is she plans that? What's your next step?
We going to the mountain first?
Okay. I'll keep things zipping along for you. You go up to the mountain. cave is empty as you left it. Are you going to be flying right for the mountain, or were you going to the northwestern tribe?
I think the druid warned us not to go encounter them, that they'll attack outsiders on sight. Mm-hmm. So I feel like we'd probably just go straight to the mountain, unless somebody wanted to go visit the northwestern tribe.
Yeah. Dan, is there, now that we know that there's a civilization somewhere on the other side, is there a way, like if we go up the mountain, that we can get a better vantage point to see, like if we can find a target to point towards?
Oh gosh, I think it's pretty far away to spot whereabouts. Yeah, you can see the island, but
okay.
I think from there we'll just go to the summit of this, few 100-foot tall mountain and fly.
Should we, might I ask one thing? Since we know it can get really high, I liked the idea of going up and over if we could, but alternatively, do we go to the coast, the north coast, right? And just try to wind walk our way as fast across as possible so we're not wasting time going up, over, and down?
Well, I mean, that was the point of being on the summit for me. So we're already a few 100 feet up.
Oh, all right.
So then we can just go, we can beeline it for the island, but at 600 feet. So.
Got it. I better understand your plan now. Perfect. All right.
My hope is
as clouds.
Yeah.
Just to double check, you want to fly from the mountain straight across the water.
How far in is
a few 100 feet above the water, Dan? A straight line to the other.
For the record, again.
Is the mountain in the middle of the island, or is it?
Like,
hold up.
Towards the center, but a little west.
Hold up. Because Thaxel has pulled this card twice now, that her gut is telling her, nah. And I feel like she's said it twice, and Aga would actually probably listen this time.
Roll a perception check with advantage, Thaxel. Probably perception. Okay. You know what? No, it's I guess that's wisdom based, right? So I guess that would, actually just roll a straight up wisdom roll with advantage, because it's your wisdom kicking in. That's like your instinct.
Okay, that was the second roll since I already rolled once. 24.
Wow. There's little bits that your subconscious has picked up through the discussions with the druids and just through your experience here so far. Whatever this is in the water, seems to be an absolutely deadly force that is tuned in to creatures. I mean, it was on you all pretty quickly when you apparated out of nowhere. And the speed at which it caught up to you was pretty fast. The speed. Now you were the one that saw it as a whale with your, as all the different things, testing where it was. So it can outpace you even with your wind thing, and that's sort of wriggling in your gut. You know how high it was when it was surging up out of the water again because you were the one as a whale. You're just really nervous. I'd say you feel really nervous about this particular creature, more so probably than either finding, dealing with whatever shell or whatever it is supposed to keep it bound around the island, or walking through a tree. Those just feel safer to you, your animal primal instinct, than the option of trying to outpace it. It also submerged itself near the island. You felt rumbles get really low when you first entered that cave. And that's just a few of those things are sort of running through your subconscious with that.
It's my gut, y'all. It's my gut.
I feel like
you'd rather go smash the shell than Windwalk?
I don't want to face that thing again. You don't understand.
Here's an idea. How about we windwalk ourselves? Because right now we're missed, right? Or like we could be missed.
We could be.
If you're this nervous and you'd rather go smash this shell than fly over the water, then maybe we could just be missed and run through the northwestern village and see what's going on, count numbers, find out where this shell is, find out if it's actually like a shell or if it's like a creature, that kind of thing, and then we can make an informed decision on whether we'd rather walk through a tree or we'd rather break the shell.
Mm-hmm.
And just a scouting mission as missed. Don't go in or anything, just run through. If anything happens, you can dip at 300 feet a second. Like
they're druids, though. They would know that's magic.
Okay.
Sorry, this is just Maxwell like relay. She is very uncomfortable with everything right now. Wants to go home.
There might not be the home that you want to go home to.
I know.
Fuck it. Let's pick a tree. Pick a tree.
No. You know what? No, Daxel, I'm calling in one of my favors. Suck it up, Buttercup. We're gonna go.
To the village?
Yeah. We're not gonna windwalk across the water. We're not gonna screw with this creature. I'm not gonna make you do that. But a recon mission, you can give us that.
Fuck my life.
Shouldn't make promises that you're not willing to keep.
Who said anything I was gonna keep it? I was gonna keep it. Let's go. Let's fucking go.
Let's fucking go. Poof, everybody's missed.
Nice. All right.
Keeps her words. But do you want to still go as a mist? Because that's my 6th level spell. We can't leave.
It's up to you. That's up to you.
Yeah, I don't care about going as a mist.
If my thought was if we're mist and we go in as mist and like shit goes wrong and this does not look like a good fight that we want to have, we can just go 300 feet straight up in the air and then dip 300 feet in one round.
I have a question. Does Aerie have invisibility?
Excellent question. Let's check. I'm pretty sure she has at least the lesser, if not the greater. Oh, where are you?
Yeah, she's a sorcerer.
Oh, she doesn't.
Aerie is a warlock, isn't she?
Yeah, she's a warlock.
Or warlock. I'm sorry. Why did I think sorcerer?
Okay. She has Dimension Door, if that's helpful.
Door.
Counter spell.
Right. Why did I think?
Enthrall. She has a lot of first level spells.
God damn it, Toad.
Well, I guess the 3 of you could go in as
I could also skywrite. That's not going to help anything. I'm trying to see what other ritual spells that I can do that's not going to get us killed.
Can you polymorph yourself into a squirrel and go find the shell?
My thought is if we go in as animals and stuff like that, like she said, they're druids. You're gonna recognize that. The whole reason I thought that the mist was attractive is because of the movement speed. Like the fact that if we want to dip, they're not catching up to us unless they take the time to cast a spell and do it as well.
Mm-hmm.
And at which point we're already 600 feet away.
I can commune with nature. It's gonna take a while though.
Mm-hmm.
So I have that I could ritually cast.
Okay.
But I don't have. I have locate. Locate. No, I have to prepare that. Or locate animals or plants. Is a shell a plant?
No.
Damn it. So that's all I have.
Okay.
And just to say it, please feel free to do what you want. I don't want to have you feel like you only have so many options. I just wanted to impress upon you, to describe it properly so you knew what was going on, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't want to be a party pooper, but good idea was mentioned. Should we plan this off stream since it's almost 1:30? And we can come back to we can decide what we're going to do like right now, then cut it off, or off stream after we cut it off. Dan, you can have like a week to prepare whatever is going to happen, and then we can go into it next stream.
If you can let me know what you want to do, I can probably take a minute or two. It's and then go from there. I don't want to set us up to have a lot of considerations at the top of next session.
Well, that's what I'm saying is make the decision and then jump right into whatever decision we made next session.
I ritually cast Commune with Nature, so it doesn't take a spell slot.
Okay, and what do you want to check with that?
The people. How far? Well,
you're asking like their locations and stuff.
Yeah, it's
it's fine. We'll make it. Yeah. Okay. So you ask and you find that there's only a handful inside their little town right now, maybe 3 or 4. A lot of them are out clearing debris, finding things that were washed away. They were hit fairly hard there. Otherwise out and about on the northern tip of the island.
Where's the shell?
It doesn't do. It's only plants, minerals, animals, and people.
There are minerals. Shell is made of minerals.
Positive minerals that are secreted shells, but you could. Can you talk with this? Can you talk with any of the plants or anything?
It just says I'm one with nature and gain knowledge of the surrounding territory. So I can speak with plants.
Mm-hmm. We'll say that you with that, we'll just freewheel it a little bit. You do see actually a concentration of shells, several shells in the middle of their little. You can't even call it a village.
Okay. And is there any powerful celestials, fae, fiends, elementals, or undead?
No.
That thing's not elemental. Oh my god. I'm scared.
Influence from other planes of existence.
Some.
Ah.
That's a surprise. I didn't realize it would do that. Cool. Interesting.
Uh-huh.
They have some insight. Nice.
Interesting.
Does it tell you which planes? Or does it just tell you that there are influences?
Influence from other planes of existence. That's all it says.
So that's kind of okay. Interpretation.
But there's not that many.
Just like 3 or 4 right now in the village. A lot of the others are pretty far away. They're probably good. So ranging from 25 to 40 minutes away on the northern tip instead of over here. A lot of their stuff is washed that way.
Cool. You see her her eyes have been rolled back as she's communing. She'll snap out of it and then just be like, if we go now.
All right.
Let's go.
Okay.
All right.
I'm gonna
We'll trust your instincts, Axel.
Oh. Are you going as people or the cloud, the mists?
People.
I think we'll go as people because I think Thaxel's trying to save her spells.
All right.
Unless it takes a minute to change back to grab the.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So you head as people. You go over there. You see 3 or 4. It's not really difficult to. I'll just have everyone do a quick stealth check, please.
Okay.
With advantage.
Raya, I don't know if it matters, but Raya would bless everybody.
Okay. Nice.
Okay. What is bless? D4, right?
Thank
This is
God.
with advantage.
Dan, I have heavy armor, which means disadvantage. So I rolled a straight roll.
Okay.
Wait, we have advantage?
D4.
Because of all the debris and everything here.
That was cocked.
Well, I'm glad we had advantage because I rolled a natural 20 after rolling a 2.
Nice. Oh, jeez.
Oh, well, hopefully you make up for me.
Oh, I haven't used luck.
Oh, okay.
Because that was.
You have an inspiration die. Use it.
I gave it to you.
Ooh.
Well,
I'm giving it to you.
Nice.
It's a D10 now, right?
It is. Yeah, because you're 11th level. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'll keep
that
my
was
28.
better.
You use your.
Okay. For me, I rolled a 9 plus a 2 on the D4 from Bless.
Okay.
Minus 1 for my modifier. Plus 6 on the...
16. All right.
16, yeah.
Cool.
And Thaxel?
23.
Oh, yeah. Okay, you guys easily outmaneuver the few that are... They're not even in the area right now. They're sort of outside, just outside of their village, taking care of things. And you see in the very center of the village a hollowed out, really big, 15-foot wide maybe, hollowed out tree trunk. It stands up about 2.5, 3 feet in different areas. And inside were about 23 shells, all placed carefully in little, like on display in the center of this. Seems to be like a ritualistic thing here.
Dispel magic.
I cast Dispel Magic.
Okay.
Wait, hold on. Hold on.
Before she does that, I cast Detect Magic.
Thank you.
Okay.
I can.
They all light up.
All of them?
All the shells light up.
Does it say what school of magic it is? Because it says that in Detect Magic.
I would have to... It tells you. I would have to figure out which... I don't know the
okay.
types that
all right,
well.
that's fair.
Yeah,
that's
sorry.
Fair.
It's related to keeping something bound.
Probably abjuration then.
Okay.
Yeah.
Abjuration is like protection and wards and stuff like that.
Okay.
But,
Okay, so I can dispel this as high as level 5 because I'm not going to use my 6th.
Can I cast? I don't know if I should cast a spell at the same time or if I can somehow assist her in this.
You can, if you were both to cast it, I mean, you kind of look around and you're like, okay, if you cast it from either side, they're embedded in this one large inside the tree trunk enough where if you cast it on that, it would affect all of them if each of you cast Dispel Magic.
Oh, so we wouldn't have to cast a spell magic 23 times.
Yes, yeah. Just once
right.
each and poof.
Let's do it.
What level?
Roll do well.
I have a feeling we're going to end up rolling one way or the other. For something that controls something that big, I have a feeling a 5th level isn't going to get rid of it without a roll. It's going to be a roll either way, I think. But I can do a 5th level. I've got 2 5th level slots. We can both
So do I.
Fuck it, let's do 5th then.
All right.
2
And
5th
Aerie
level.
does not have Dispel, right?
Excellent question again. Let's take a peek.
Sorry.
No, don't be sorry at all. It's
I'm the Aerie advocate.
nice.
Yeah.
She does not.
Okay. She's just quietly saying, go, go, go.
You can do it.
Nice.
You can do it.
All right. Yep. You can, if you can both roll your whatever it is, I forget now. You have to roll Arcana.
It's your spell casting ability.
Okay. So Wisdom for you, Thaxel. Wisdom roll and.
Is it my spell attack?
No, it is a D20 plus your wisdom.
Okay. Got it. Okay. 21.
Okay.
17.
All right. Systematically, they all dispel their magic.
Okay, good.
How long does it take you to cast that mist walk?
Fuck.
What's the casting time?
1 minute.
1 minute? That thing's not attached to this island anymore or attracted to it. Do we want to get out of here and cast? Well,
How long does it
now's not the
stay?
time to have this conversation. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Banana.
Yeah. Pineapple.
Nice.
Oh, I know that one.
So you're casting the wind spell thing?
No, I think we
the
were going to
sixth
just dip out of this village now that we've cast.
Okay,
the
retreat back to the
magic.
island?
Yeah.
I think retreat back to the other druid village is the best thing to do.
Okay.
Wait a
Well, they're
day so that
away,
this
yeah.
fucking monster can leave
Okay.
and then fly over.
All right. You
I think it's the best idea, but that's up to you guys. You
Well,
tell me.
are they just gonna reactivate it?
Can we take some of the
I
shells with
pluck a
us?
shell.
Yeah, I was just saying.
I mean, they're all breakable now, too, because there's no magic.
Oh.
break them all? Oh,
Wait,
How far? Looking around, how close are the people that are in this village to us right now? Like,
There's
if I were to
50,
cast a spell,
55 feet. I mean, they're through a lot of brush
so
and
they're-
shrub. They're like the closest ones are like a full minute's walk out. So maybe a little further than that, 80, 90 feet through a lot of stuff.
I can always grasping vine, like take one that way.
I was thinking like flaming sphere destroyed this whole thing, but
I mean, I could rain
There's
down.
rocks
hell.
around too and sticks. There's shells, so they're. You could
well,
probably
I've got fucking gauntlets on. I pick up the shells, and I go, and I just break a few of them.
Yep, they crumble in your hands. You find different things, and you're all able to break all the shells. And
I've got fucking gauntlets that have attacks. I don't know why I wasn't thinking that off the bat.
Nice.
Classic wizard mentality. I've got to use a spell.
Yeah, fireball. Yeah, that's awesome. All right, so you begin sneaking back out of the village towards the previous one that you were in. Everyone, make a quick perception check as you're walking out. Harry, do the same here.
Yeah.
Ooey.
Oh, God.
28.
Only 24.
Oh,
Like
jeez.
fucking
Oh,
12.
my shit tonight.
Yeah, I am not rolling well. Tonight sucks.
Harry got a 12 too. All right, you clear the edge of the village. Take like one more careful look back. Aga, you kind of see the other villagers, a couple of them at least, still out on the other side of the village. Aries kind of with you and sees the same too. Rhea and Thaxel, you're scanning the village in like the area of where you were, and you see a number of ghostly forms come out of where you broke the shells and start walking about the village as you leave and head back to the other one. And that's where we'll end tonight's session. Whew. We made it.
What?
We made it.
We freed some ghosts. You wanted to free some enslaved people, and we did.
Oh, it was a good thing. It was a good thing? Okay. They're not
I mean,
gonna
we
get us?
don't know yet.
Oh,
TBD.
what
we
was
don't know.
TBD.
Thaxel and Ray, what were your numbers again?
24.
28.
Oh, Thaxel, you recognize one of them. Oops. Shut everything down. That was silly.
As Ricardo?
As Ricardo.
He is dead.
Mm-hmm. Or was
Everybody
he
who died here, their soul was captured.
a ghost all along?
Or you know what he said? Our ship was. Dan, did you say Ghost Island?
Oh my god.
Guys, we're dead. We're dead, guys. We're dead.
That would suck. So, best of luck getting off the island. Just kidding. It's lost. No.
I don't want to be stuck in lost.
Somebody punch in the numbers.
48, 50, 60, 23,
That's
46.
amazing. Thank you so much.
12.
And again, I'm sorry. I hate doing anything like, but what? Doing, that sort of DM thing. So I hope that I hope you didn't feel
what?
negative of that at all.
No,
Half, I
no.
missed when I was supposed to say that, and I feel like I normally get my cue when I'm supposed to say that.
Oh, no.
Get it, all right.
Nice. Well, thank you all so much. And thank you for staying up late. I know you all have early mornings, so thank you so much. Well, I'll wrap it up quickly here. Chat, amazing tonight. Super hilarious. Players, super hilarious. And amazing role-playing tonight. I'm excited. You've sort of, unlocked the next phase of this island here and managing things from there. Let's see, where are we? Oh, right. So tonight is every Tuesday night. We have Curious Lament here, our all evil group. In case you couldn't tell, as they kicked Ricardo down the mountain there. It was amazing. I love it. And catch us again every Tuesday night, 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. Eastern. And then Friday nights, we have Stormfall with a lot of ups and downs. And drama. It's every Friday night, 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. Eastern. And then we have the Obsidian Scar every Sunday night, 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. Eastern, which is really cool exploratory stuff. And another D&D campaign possibly coming around the corner here. So I hope you all have a wonderful night. Thank you all again so much. And keep being awesome and hilarious, everyone. Catch you soon. Bye.
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 Bye.